we go.
Ooh, why can I hear myself
we're
so
live. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Autumnal Masquerade held at the LaFair Art Gallery. On this fine evening, as the sun has just finished setting, the main hall of the gallery is still brightly lit and full of life, as there are people in various attires, masks, some simply enjoying the festivities. A live band plays off in the corner, a soothing waltz, not unlike the one you are hearing now. And pieces line the walls, paintings, sketches, a few statues, all on display. There is wine, there is mead, there is food. There is much chatter. And let's start with... Torin, let's start with you.
Alright. So yeah, this, with the scene setting, the camera sort of pans towards, I guess, closer to the entrance of the gala. And you would see this burly dragonborn with gleaming copper scales just sort of like leaning up against a wall, arms folded, keeping a close eye on proceedings. He doesn't look like he's in a good mood.
A fancy man.
Every once in a while, he'll just sort of see someone like, I don't know, trying to touch one of the paintings or something, and just give out a short like, hey, a little like just stop that, or you know, he'll give an indication that to make sure people don't step out of line.
Okay.
And yeah, he's just sort of, he looks bored. He looks like this isn't where he wants to be, and yeah.
All right.
He's got
he's
got a giant maul across his back as well.
Gotta love the giant maul.
Oh yeah.
I mean, giant anything is always a good icebreaker.
Giant?
Literally. Oh.
There's only one giant. It's the one in our hearts. His name is Davi.
Yes.
Dude, get him the fuck out. I told him to stop climbing in there.
Torin, like you see a Kenku trying to climb in a window, and Torin like reaches up and just like.
No, you have
1 million platinum.
Oh, just Davi cameo. Oh, this is valuable, Garly. I know they have 1 million platinum in here. Slams window.
Slams window on fucking feather fingers. You just hear muffled screaming.
Ah! Curses in giant.
Oh, Davi.
Torin, as you're standing there, a fairly older elf, you know Varys, walks over and approaches you with a fairly apologetic look on his face.
Torin will just sort of like give a wave and just sort of like, hey Varys.
Torin, I'm so sorry we had to call you in last minute.
Yeah, look, you think I can get a break at some point? Check out the festivities, you know.
Oh no, I talked to Miss LaFair. As long as you stay away from the alcohol, you're free to go about. Treat yourself more like undercover if you'd prefer.
Oops.
Though,
Alright.
I should mention some of our guys did spot a rather shifty character. She's over my left shoulder, kind of hard to miss.
He'll just sigh.
And RJ, could you describe what he sees over the shoulder?
So you look over your shoulder and you see she's 5'7", she's wearing a long black trench coat that conceals most of her body, and she has her hood pulled up, and she is just stuffing dessert. Just can't, and it's not, there's no manners to this, it's just I'm eating like I'm going to die. And she's just cake, cookies, just like doesn't even grab a cup, just takes the punch ladle, just.
Okay, I'll lean over to Varys and say, what's the story with this one? Snuck in without an invitation, or just...
This is kind of why I've told Miss LaFair in the past that we should work on invitations, but she insists on keeping the festivities open, so just somebody off the street and...
Okay.
No.
What exactly...
That's going.
What exactly is the sort of, I guess, protocol for this sort of situation? Just get her out, like, because manners, or just a warning? What would I normally do in this situation?
In past experiences, when you've had someone like this, it's usually give them a warning, and you don't really need to get physical until they do, or they start and you can usually leave them alone past that unless they start being a massive disturbance or
Gotcha.
start really becoming a problem.
Okay, so I'll wander over, and just sort of clear my throat.
You'll clear your throat, and she'll just 2 handfuls of cake. Just look over, frosted mouth. Handsome.
He'll just sort of blink, and just pinch his snout and say, look, we need you to have a little decorum, if you would. This is a nicer establishment. I don't know what sort of events
While you're talking, she's just
Okay,
finishing up the cake in her hand, licking the fingers. She'll wipe her face with her sleeve and look at you and go, "Decorum, darling. You're asking for decorum from a pirate. You must not know who you're dealing with." And she'll just tip her hood.
That was adorable, by the way, Phoebe.
I'm just gonna...
And I was like, keep going.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, I don't think you understand. And I'm just gonna casually take my maul out and just sort of lean on it and lean forward. I don't think you know who you're dealing with. So...
No, I don't know who you're dealing with. Do you walk up to most ladies and pull out your big, strong maul and not give your name first? I must say, it is very impressive and very heavy. Do you lift much?
I'm gonna have you
Really?
consider-
Just do you lift, bro, to him?
Do you even lift?
You can consider this your warning.
Oh, you're warning me.
If you don't want to get thrown out of the establishment, I have done it before. I prefer to avoid it as it can get messy.
Would you be the one specifically throwing me out? You'd have to put your hands all over you.
What the fuck?
I'm gonna get back to my job.
Yes, you do. I'll be over here if you need me, darling.
You thought Shava was bad.
I'm gonna wander back to Varys and say,
No
I
shit,
might need a
Tyler.
little help with that one, if it comes to it.
What, a bit too slippery?
A bit hard of listening.
She's a bit too thirsty.
Usually,
Oh, God.
usually the intimidation routine calms them down, but I don't know, maybe there's just nothing going on up there.
I'm sorry, sir, but it just kept making her hornier.
She
don't
kept
think she
getting
knows where
thirsty,
she is.
and I'm very uncomfortable.
I think she might have mistaken this for some sort of establishment of like debauchery or something.
Oh my god.
You know, at least she's dressed.
Oh.
Jesus.
Jesus.
There were 2 people who thought the same thing, and oh boy, did they let everyone know. Alright, she gives you too much trouble. I'm not hard to find. Or you can grab one of the other security guys. Most of them are not unfamiliar with customers who try to make people uncomfortable.
I'll just sort of... keep going. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna leave the conversation but it sounded like you had something else to say.
Varys doesn't, but as your conversation is wrapping up, you hear the familiar voice of Danielle Affair, and you can see her trotting through the gallery. Big grin on her face, folders for the rest of the party. She's a little gnome, maybe about 3.5 feet tall. And she's just having the merriest. She's dressed up, she's got a nice bow on her ponytail. And she's being followed by not angry, but rather disappointed and upset looking tiefling in formal attire that's not being worn properly. Like, he's got the shirt, he's got the button-down shirt on, but it isn't tucked in. His jacket's a tad long. His sleeves are at different lengths.
Do I know him?
You do. That is Killian Vec.
Cool.
That is...
Hi.
And you can overhear them, and Killian going, please, Miss Lafair, I asked you any painting but those ones. I hate those things. Could you please take them down? Oh, Killian, my friend, you worry too much. You're not going to be judged. Everyone starts somewhere and everyone has their phases. It is important to preserve every step of an artist's process, and they still look good for what they are. But they're so terrible. I hate them. Can we? They make me so uncomfortable to remember that time.
Can I overhear this conversation?
Yes, you can hear parts of it. While Killian's kind of trying to keep his voice down, Lafair is doing nothing of the sort.
I will meander my way over to the two of them out of interest.
As Killian is pleading, Daniel will look up to you with a big grin on her face. Oh, hello there, enjoying the evening.
Why, yes, I would say so, Turtle Dove. The food is quite exquisite. You'd say it's to die for. Well, I think that's the expression they use. I would die for it, but not literally, more metaphorically speaking.
Oh, no.
Well, I'm very glad you enjoy it. We always try to get good catering around this time of year. Nothing too expensive for our biggest celebration of the year.
Yes, and I must say, the hired help, and she'll just kind of eye over at you, Quinn. I'd say the hired help is also a bit exquisite, too. And she'll just look at the, his name's Killian, right?
Yes.
She'll look him up and down. They said this was an art gallery, but, there's a fine piece right here.
He's going to pinch his nose. Oh my god. Oh, and Daniel's just gonna elbow him in the knee. Oh, Killian, learn to take a compliment. Well, I am also glad you enjoy the company of our, of our guest. Mr. Torrin's done work for us a few times, and he's quite reliable. Don't cause too much trouble, though. He could throw you out with one arm.
Oh, I don't think I'd mind. I tried at least to get him to use 2 arms, though.
Right. Well, that would be between you two, and her attention's going to be kind of snapped away towards the front.
Okay.
Oh, if you'll terribly excuse me, I have another guest to attend to, and she's going to trance off, and Killian's going to follow her.
Okay, toodaloo.
And she'll trance near the entrance. Oh, Mr. Elitum! Oh, I'm so happy you've made it. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. This is a lot bigger than you said it would be.
We have a greater attendance this year, but still, she shakes her hand energetically. Wonderful, absolutely wonderful. How's your sister doing?
She's all right
Excellent.
so far.
Excellent.
Anyway.
Well,
Oh no. Phoebe, I just realized I'm playing a drow.
Shut up. Shut up.
You see me and get instant flashbacks, just like Thalos laughing in the back of your mind.
Oh,
boats
God.
exploding.
You're gonna be
Killing
like,
sirens.
okay, I'm going to avoid her purely out. Excuse me, sir, are you racist? No. You just remind me of someone I don't
You
particularly
remind me
like.
of somebody who's traumatized me.
You remind me of someone who
Deeply.
owes me a horse.
It was me a horse.
You remind me of someone who owes me a horse. Oh, that's good. Anyway, I guess Reese would be dressed a little differently, you know, a little more formally. Since he was here to be more of like a blend-in kind of keep an eye out type person. What is it called? Loss prevention. He's playing loss prevention tonight.
Oh boy.
To a degree.
Be like, I guess point me to the table and I'll get a drink and make myself comfortable.
She'll motion over to the refreshments table. Help yourself, of course, and enjoy the evening all you'd like. I do know parties aren't truly your thing, but unlike what I've heard about your mother, I'm not going to make any demands of you here. Just
Well,
try to enjoy
luckily
yourself.
it doesn't sound like they're going to be here tonight, so I should be fine.
Yes, well, all the better. My father can't make it either. Oh, where are my manners? Killian, this is Mr. Riso Litum. He's a friend of the family of sorts.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Hello. You know, I believe Mr. Elitum would be the perfect person to show your paintings to tonight. No, Daniel, I'm not showing anybody those damn paintings. Oh, it's right up his alley. If anyone can appreciate them, it's him. That does not mean I want anyone to see them.
Well, I promise I won't speak a word of it.
Oh, Killian, go on. Instead of following me around futzing all day, you're gonna get... You'll turn
I'm gonna
gray.
admit she's piqued my interest.
See? And that's the attention of an elitum, not a minor thing. But seriously, you're going to turn your hair gray if you keep futzing about behind me all night, so please, just as a favor.
Question: Is there alcoholic refreshments?
Yes.
Okay, I will be by those.
Yes, there is both mead and wine.
Mead and
Right.
wine.
Fredboat's having a hard time with the repeat function. That's okay.
So,
Fred Boat's trying.
He's trying his...
artwork I specifically would like.
Right this way. And he's gonna, like, jam his hands in his coat pockets and slouch over a bit and lead you down the hall.
Like, yes, the attention of an elitum, but it's part of the black sheep of the family.
Yeah! That's why I chuckled.
Depending on who you ask, that's better. Yeah,
True.
I don't know too many people who want Kazmia's attention.
I don't know.
Like,
Maybe
outside
I'll
of
take Ira's.
That's true.
Reese's isn't bad, particularly. Just depends on who you're talking to.
Yeah, no, there's nothing... I mean, Reese is the chill one, come on.
Anyway,
He'll lead you up... Thank you.
you've been handed a thing.
I have. Maddie went out trick-or-treating, and apparently our next-door neighbor requested she deliver a small treat bag to me, so...
Hell yeah.
I made fucking bank tonight.
Oh, I bet there's probably not too many people out and about.
There are, sir.
Mom and Dad turned the front light off, and all the better. I don't need all of it. All right. Sorry about that.
It's alright.
Yeah, he'll lead you down the hall, and near the end, towards one of the corners, he'll stop, and in front of you are a couple of paintings. There's there's 4 of them, all painted with a whole lot of blacks, reds, purples, some yellows. Most of them are depicting these twisted or ferocious-looking monsters, large teeth, beady eyes, some with limbs that are bending in odd directions.
Did you use any references for these? Or are they purely of the imagination?
Well, these ones are imagination. There's one with reference.
Hold on. Turn on, please. Thank you. My goodness. I'm gonna lean over to Denny and be like, did you say any of these were gonna be for sale?
Reese, these are my aesthetic.
Oh, well, I would have to discuss that with Killian, but I'm sure he'd be willing to let some go. He's not terribly fond of them.
I'd love to put them up in the tavern.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Though I must ask, they're certainly your aesthetic. That's not what I'm worried about. But your one associate, the detective, would the messiness of it trouble him?
I think only if it had actual literal dirt on it, it would trouble him.
Oh, most excellent. Well, I can certainly speak to Killian later if you'd like and see if he'd be willing to let these go.
Sounds like a plan.
Have you shown her your spotlight piece? Don't call it that. You know I hate
Spotlight
that
piece?
fucking painting. Wish I'd
Why
never
do you
made
hate
it.
your artwork so much? It looks fantastic.
I don't like looking at my younger self. I painted these years ago. I was a lot younger, a lot angrier. I don't really
Doesn't mean
like
any
who I
worse.
was.
It's a snapshot of you.
More ways than one. All right.
I'd still like to see it.
All right. He'll lead you down a bit more. Surprisingly separated from the others. It's actually up towards the entrance a little more. And he leads you to a painting. Kind of similar color scheme, similar, not ultra clean brushstrokes, but it depicts the dark inside of a house in front, with the only light source being a bright fireplace. And it depicts what simply looks like the rough image of a human man, with staring directly at the viewer with jet black eyes and blood coating both of his hands, which are balled into fists.
Okay, I want that in my room purely to bother my mother.
It's also the only one with a title. There's a small plaque below it reading The Vile Monster.
Yep. Yes, I would like that in my room. I think it would be nice, and when the lights are off and she goes in to do whatever kind of snooping, it'll give her a good scare.
Denya just
Other than
looks
that,
up-
I think it's quite delightful.
Denya's gonna look over at Killian, who's just completely looking away from all of this. Killian, are you even listening? He's complimenting you. Would you please try to engage? Look, I'm glad. I guess he likes it. You know I don't like looking at this thing.
What is it, cursed?
If only. If you'll excuse me, and he's going to trot off.
You know, I can take care of that if it is cursed.
Well, it's not cursed. Do you remember he said there was one with an actual reference?
Yes. Oh.
This was a scene he observed as a young man.
Oh. I'm surprised he has that displaying at all then.
Well, the
I guess
scene
that is
was...
for feeling uncomfortable.
It was his home. His father, unfortunately, as you can guess by the horns, some people still don't particularly like tieflings, unfortunately, and somebody took it much too far, and in his early 20s, being the angry young man he was, this spawned, and the others soon followed.
I mean, isn't it better that he gets his rage out in painting than murder?
It's what I said, but as he's grown and aged. Which is being kind of generous. He's only about 8 years older than when he painted this, but he doesn't like to look at himself in that time.
Fair enough. All the more reason for me to take it off his hands.
I'd be delighted to sell it to you, and I don't think he wants it around, so I of course need to ask him to be sure, but I don't think he'd have any objections to somebody else taking it.
Well, if there is an objection, that's fine, I won't fight it. But if it's up for grabs, consider it mine.
Certainly. I do have some other guests to tend to, but please, Mr. Leadham, try to enjoy yourself, and thank you again for attending.
Oh, for sure. And I'll keep an eye out for you.
Thank you. And she's going to wander off back into the crowd. Now then, Tirvana,
Yes.
you're having your fun over at the alcoholic beverages, and this rather lost-looking woman just sort of wanders past.
The puppy dog.
I'll see her wander past, just kind of look at her like, what are you doing? And I'll just kind of put a hand on her shoulder.
Actually, quick question. Does she wear gloves?
No, me.
Oh,
Yes, you.
Tirvana does wear gloves.
Okay, just thought I'd ask.
That is on purpose.
I figured. That's why I clarified that.
Yep.
Sorry, go ahead.
So she'll put a hand on your shoulder. You appear to be a little lost, darling.
Yes, I'm sorry. Is this party important? Am I not supposed to be here?
I don't really think it's important because they let me in the building. And it must not be important because they seem to have let you in the building as well.
That is good to hear. Am I able to enjoy the frivolities here?
I mean, that's what I've been doing, and the only thing it's gotten me is the ire of that big stud in the corner.
He's gonna look over at the corner.
You'll see.
He's probably gonna look in the wrong corner.
You'll see
No.
Torin just sort of like narrowing his eyes. Like,
No.
While you're having this conversation,
Well,
I will actually be making your way towards the drink table to get
You'll
something.
look in the wrong direction, and she'll just kind of like correct you a little bit. No, little Locke, that corner.
And you have a good guess who she's talking about. Torin sticks out, given the large nature and the maul he's carrying.
She's just gonna see. It's like, oh,
and you can, and it doesn't. It's not hard to tell that he's keeping a close eye on
Yeah.
Tirvana.
So you look at me, and I look at you while I'm pointing Celine towards you, and I'm just sitting there, kind of like behind Celine, and you just see my hand go up and go.
Celine's gonna see him. Celine's gonna see him and go, oh, I'm terribly sorry. I don't recognize him. What is he? I haven't seen him before.
Him? I believe he's one of those dragonborns, but that doesn't really matter to me. I think he might be the name for my bow.
Why would you name your name your weapons after people? Isn't that insulting?
Oh, well. It's all a matter of perspective, my little lark. Some might consider it insulting, others might consider it flattering. I consider it, a tradition.
I see. To each their own, I suppose. I'm not too fond of weapons myself.
Oh. Well, then how do you fight?
I don't.
That's
You-
the neat
You
part.
think she's an adventurer?
I'm a cleric of life. I'm only a healer and supporter. By the way, she's still in full armor because she's just walked right in.
Yeah.
Right.
Got a
then.
shield.
Well, in case you don't get lost, the drink table's right here, and the food table lock is right there. Feel free to help yourself. I'm going to go.
I would have
somewhere
made it there
else.
by now.
So you get there, and she'll see you, and you'll see her skin color through the hood. She'll see you. Heavens to Betsy, you look like you're half dead.
Thank you. I'm gonna get some meat now. No, I'm fine. Wait, hold on. Yeah, still alive. I'm just gonna get some mead, if you don't mind me. I'm just gonna like reach between the two of you and then take
Remind me,
it.
how old is Reese?
What?
How old is Reese again?
How old is he?
Yeah.
He's a young man. He's a young man. No. Oh wait, description. 24.
I'm debating whether or not Torin would think Reese needs to show some like fantasy ID to drink.
I mean, he looks slightly of age.
Well, you're gonna run some electrical.
But if he wants to do that, go ahead. I ain't gonna stop you.
Torin will just stroll over
I
and
would
just
just
say,
do an electrical thing.
just say,
Putting up a wall.
sorry, can I just see some verification that you're old enough to be?
Can I see your ID?
You walked back over to where we are.
I'm purposefully like back turned to you.
I'll just see you again. Oh, there you are, darling. You came back. They always do.
Reese is gonna take a little. I would assume he would have been given like a slip saying he was working for
Basically,
the party.
like a little
He'll just kind of like slyly show you.
letter with a seal.
Yeah, he doesn't like make a big show of it just to be like on the DL.
He'll nod. Mr. Lita, apologies.
Thanks.
Celine seeing Reese take the mead is going to think, and hearing it's a drink table, is not going to realize what alcohol is and take the mead.
Oh, you sweet summer child.
She's gonna get so drunk.
She's going to be trash.
Or she's gonna spit it out immediately.
She's going to be, no, not to be, in order to be polite, she will try to drink it.
I mean, meat doesn't have a terrible burn to it.
It doesn't.
No, but it doesn't taste particularly fantastic.
It's honey.
It depends on the brand you get. It can taste kind of bad. I've had a bad bottle before.
I've never had bad mead, so I don't know. I've literally had pints. I'm just, yeah. Anyway, what were you saying?
Torin is going to awkwardly try to strike up conversation and switch out of security mode for a moment and be like, so, seen any interesting paintings yet?
Oh yes, the tiefling. He made some very interesting pieces that he doesn't really like.
Killian,
I mean, if you're into the more darker types, they're over there. I may purchase them afterwards. We'll see.
I'll just be standing there watching Celine just grab the meat and sip it, and I'll just see this and go, no, Locke, that's not how you do it. And she'll grab a mug of it and just knock it all back in a swig.
So we're just gonna see that and just be like, I don't want to be rude, if this is how it's done.
No.
Too late, she knocked it back.
Oh no.
It's like she's got it spilled all over. She's not used to knocking back drinks.
Take it from a noble next time, little sips. You can get drunk on that stuff really quickly.
You're a noble.
Celine,
Interesting.
can you make me a Constitution check?
Oh
waiting
god.
for this.
Check your saving throw.
Let's make it a save.
The save. It's the same either way.
Okay, well, if you had the proficiency, I was going to give it to you.
19.
19. So you knock it back. You've spilled most of it on your face and armor. You kind of snap back up, and for a brief moment, there's 2 drow, and there's 2 very tired-looking humans, and then 1 dragonborn in the back who's just kind of spiraling in on himself.
Holy crap, how strong was that meat?
But from what I remember of Celine, she's an absolute lightweight, and also she's literally rocketing her head backwards.
Oh my god.
It fades away after a couple of blinks. Everything realigns, but it's just like, oh geez.
That feels cool.
Next time,
Very hot.
little sips. Or don't drink any more alcohol. There's regular punch over there, I believe.
He's gonna look at the mug and then look at Reese and just. Is this poison?
Well, I mean, alcohol is a sort of poison. The very, very
it's
slow-acting and fun kind.
Little Lark, it's only a poison if you drink a whole bunch of them, which I will then proceed to knock back 3 more.
I mean, technically speaking,
looks
it
severely concerned for your continued health.
screws with your mind and it's addictive, but in small amounts, it's quite enjoyable.
Celine looks severely concerned.
Dulls the senses just enough to bring the confidence out in most.
So
I'm actually gonna grab another cup and hand it to you.
Celine's gonna
Quinn.
take
to me. Oh.
Yes.
I'll just reach for it instinctively and then stop and I can't. Sorry, I'm on duty.
Well, this seems a little lopsided.
Look, I am gonna go wander. If you need anything, don't hesitate to ask. If that one is bothering you, please come straight to me. I will take care of it.
Don't worry about it.
Mr. Big and Scaly, I need something.
Do you?
Yes. You still haven't given me your name.
By the way, Celine's just taking her holy symbol and praying for the salvation of everyone around her currently.
I'll turn back to Reese and say, "My name's Torin, by the way," and I'll head off. Specifically saying that to Reese, not to me.
Yeah. When you leave, Tirvana will walk alongside you, Reese, and go, "Well, he's a bit of fun, isn't he?"
Hold on. Okay. Sorry, what was that?
She'll walk over to you and say, "He's a bit of fun, isn't he?"
Oh.
I think your definition of fun is a little skewed, but if you say so.
Well, my definition of fun goes all over the place, but that's here nor there, this, that, or the other, my little... Do
Your little what?
you have a problem?
No, I didn't hear the last part you cut out.
She said little dove. She has a thing for giving people nicknames for birds.
Thank God Dove's not actually here.
Huh. Right,
Or Dobby.
I mean, my sense of fun is also a little skewed, and I can't imagine that I'll be getting into any of that tonight, but...
Why? What do you do for fun?
Very dangerous activities.
Oh, well, do
Potentially lethal activities.
Well, between you, me, and Big and Handsome over... I'm a pirate.
Celine's gonna stop with that. Isn't piracy illegal?
Well,
hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Legality isn't important right now. You're a pirate.
Yes, that's a pirate. Do I need to say it again, Dove?
Do you have a crew?
No, they're
Or are
all
you
dead.
part of a crew?
They're all dead.
Celine looks very confused.
That's unfortunate. Do you have a ship?
Oh, I had a ship. Well, I had 4 ships, but, well, one cracked into...
I'm sorry, wait, hold on. What was your title?
My title?
Well, you know, every pirate with more than one ship must have some kind of scary title to haunt the seas with.
Most call me Tirvana, the Sea Witch.
Ethan, do I recognize this? Have I heard stories of this last? Do you want me to roll for it?
History check.
Shit. Fuck. Shit. S. Fuck.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Encounters a drow sailor named Jarl Axel Bainray.
Oh my fucking god.
Yo, fuck that guy.
Alright, you said history?
Yeah, history.
Let's use my fancy new wine liquid core. That,
Yeah, surprise. I'm actually Jarlaxle Banebrae in disguise.
Stick out
Out
for
of
me.
disguise yet again.
He's cross-dressing.
No, the top hat is the hat of disguise.
18.
The name's not unfamiliar, but it wasn't exactly common. You recall a few people in your household mentioning it once or twice. That crew did interrupt a few of your father's shipments, but it wasn't thrown around much.
Alright, I'm gonna keep that knowledge internalized and just continue.
Yes, there was 4 ships actually. I was a brigadier on one, captain, lieutenant, and buccaneer on the last one. First one was taken in by a whirlpool. Second one cracked its moor on a jetty. Third one was a sea monster, if I believe, and the last one, lightning struck it right down the center, cracked the whole thing in half.
Well, it sounds like you've got a pretty nasty curse on you there, considering the violence of all of those.
No, darling, don't
Oh, dear, do
tease.
you require assistance?
What did you say, Tyler?
I said, oh, you poor thing, do you require help? Do you need assistance? Do you have a person?
No, I don't have a curse on me. That would be silly, nothing like that.
As she says that, she
Roll
leans
insight.
back a little. The tablecloth tugs a bit, and 2 glasses of wine just immediately spilled directly onto her.
On to me.
Onto you.
Ah, yes. Well, luckily the trench coat doesn't stain, and she'll just kind of whap it off.
Right. You know they have spells for that kind of thing.
All right, Lark, Dove, darling, I'm not cursed.
I think you're in denial.
No. Don't worry about me. I've got it under control.
Celine's holding out her hand. Like,
Ethan, I never got rid of remove curse.
I have it too.
Do you
That's
think if
why-
we do it together?
Celine's holding out her hand about to do it.
I'll hold my hand out too.
Go ahead. Try.
Yeah,
Let's
try
both
it.
cast remove curse at the same time. Fuck it.
Alright, let's do this. That's 2 remove curses.
There you go. You're like Ethan's like, oh yeah, here we go.
Do you want to get this, or do you want me to describe what happens?
Oh no, this one's mine.
Okay, go ahead.
So you each take a hand and perform a ritual neither of you are unfamiliar with. Done it quite a number of times, each of you. And you feel the spell take hold and fly onto this pirate. And it sits there for a second, and you almost hear a fizzling, a crackling around her, very quietly. And 2 bits from a chandelier hanging over a head, 2 pieces of crystal, seem to slip, and one clocks each of you in the top of the head. No damage, but very suddenly just...
Everyone eats vegetables.
Ow. What?
Celine's gonna rub her head, but then look over at Reese and say, "You're a cleric too? What lord do you?"
Not important right now. What on earth just happened?
What do you mean? What happened? Gravity happened, Lark. I mean,
No.
you're the dove.
No.
I was gonna do that.
Things like this don't just do that.
not sure what you mean. You have a name, don't you?
Yes, Reese.
Oh, I thought your name was Dove. I met a lovely person named Dove a long time ago.
What? No, that's just a nickname I give to people. There's nobody named Dove here.
Oh, she was such a lovely woman. I'd like to meet her again.
When in reality, she was
enough.
such an asshole to her. Oh my god.
Your past lovers aside, my dear Reese.
Oh, she was a lover. Okay, that's what I'll call her next time I see her.
No. That's out of character. That's out of character. That's not Reese.
Anyway, my dear Reese, I wouldn't worry about it.
Well, I'm worried about it. You were in several very violent accidents, and 2 people just tried to remove the curse from you at the same time, and it didn't work.
Because
Not
there
only that,
is
it
no
reflected back
curse.
onto us.
There is no curse, my dear Reese.
Then what is it?
Allergies. Should I give you deception with disadvantage?
I don't know. I don't know if it's I don't know if it would do anything.
I don't think anyone would believe you on that.
Celine casts Lesser Restoration to remove the allergies.
Really?
Burning those spell slots.
As you're about to do that, she'll just kind of 2-finger whack you on the head. Stop wasting your magic on me and go enjoy the vittles.
I'm only trying to help. I always help those in need.
I don't need your help right this moment. If I do, I will let you know, my dear Lark. Now, you should go enjoy some of the fine food, and me and Mr. Reese here are going to go appraise some of the paintings.
Appraise.
I suppose I am rather hungry, and she's gonna wander off towards the food while looking back at both of you.
You're a pirate. You're not fooling me. Appraisal means you want to find the easiest one to steal, don't you?
What? No, I want to know their value so that I can determine which one to take. Obviously.
Yes, that's what I said. It's exactly what I said.
Well, I didn't like your phrasing, so I phrased it how I would have said it.
By take, you mean steal.
More like a redistribution of wealth, but there are other adjectives that describe the activity.
Reese is gonna fold his arms. And why do you think I'm the best person to tell that to?
Oh, I don't mind. The more people who know what I'm up to is the more challenging it is for me. And I haven't done anything wrong yet. I've only enjoyed the food.
You just told me your plans.
And?
Oh, I think that's when you can feel it.
I'm waking up with this cold.
Alright, fine. Let's go look at the potential prices of paintings.
Ah, there you go. That's the spirit. Now, tell me about that one over there.
Which one?
So just kind of point in the general direction of the paintings.
As
I
Reese
don't know
is
why
just-
you think I'm an expert.
Reese is just sitting there. He says that, kind of pursing his lips. You hear you hear a fairly booming female voice from behind you. Oh, please, little wiggle worm here wouldn't know good art if it slapped him in the face.
And you would?
Who's that?
Reese, you look over your shoulder to this human woman with glasses at the edge of her nose. And other than that, actually, she's not terribly gaudy. Her clothing is fairly simple, a lot of black and gray, but very formal. You have no idea what this person's name is. She's definitely been at the house.
I'm sorry, remind me who you are?
No. Darling, where are my manners? She holds out a hand with a mildly stiff smile. Merith Cavaran. I do art for your mother.
Reese is gonna shove his hands in his pockets.
I take it we don't like this person.
Sounds good.
Believe me, I don't like dealing with her any more than you do, but she pays better than most of my clients. She's picky even by my standards.
Oh, that's at the end of it. And then he will actually remove a hand to shake hers.
She'll shake it. My apologies. I I know Wiggleworm came off as a bit insulting, but I saw you a few times when you were young, and you did tend to move around quite a bit.
I thought you just meant the way that this one gets jumpy around, well, me.
You mean pirates?
Oh, no.
Oh, no, that has nothing to do with it.
And she's gonna lean down to you, RJ. Darling, you're not fooling anyone. I've dealt enough art to know what a thief looks like.
Well, the only one who will be
She's been telling
darling...
everyone directly that she's a pirate, by the way.
The only one who will be doing any darlinging around this estate is me, madam. Now,
bird
what
was
was
never
that,
gonna give her?
about you being uncomfortable? Do you not like drow?
Oh, no, that has nothing to do with it.
So just kind of...
I knew a man.
Oh, a man.
Peripherally, you vaguely remind me of him, but once I, remember he's not here, I hope he's not here.
I hope he's not here. Why? What's so bad
Yeah,
about
I think
this?
we're good.
What's so bad about this man? How did
I'm
you
not gonna get
it?
into that tonight.
She's just gonna look Tavana over. You know, your mother did tell me of some of your old acquaintances. Are you referring to that tiefling?
Not the tiefling.
No, I thought the stealing was the common ground.
The white-haired one.
Oh, the boat incident?
Boat incident? Listen, I have 4 boat incidents on record. Who else has a boat incident?
Not for me to say, my dear. That would be for the Waterdeep Guard to handle, and, well, as to be expected, they botched it, but...
What do you mean they botched it?
Oh, they never caught him.
Of course they never caught him.
So...
He was invisible.
Darling, we're talking about a terrorist. He blew up a boat, not was on a boat and it got wrecked.
Technically, they did catch him, and then he escaped mysteriously, and no one's seen him since.
You
Yeah,
also
well...
remember this person's knowledge is limited.
Yes.
That's a story for another day.
Sounds like a very dangerous individual. I'd like
Anyway,
to meet him
he wasn't
someday.
drow. No, you don't. Trust me, you don't. He's your baby. Hi, baby. Hi,
From
baby.
what his parents tell me, you didn't want to meet most of his old acquaintances, minus the detective.
The tiefling wasn't terrible. He was just shady.
Who isn't in that city? Well, my
Me
dear,
too.
I will leave you to your pirate. You're not becoming a thief, are you?
I haven't stolen anything yet, but
Not you.
I do plan on
What,
stealing
me?
the heart of the big
Yes,
one in
you.
the corner.
Are you kidding me? No. Some of the one tiefling artist's works I plan on purchasing myself.
Killian.
Yeah.
You want his old work? That her. Well, actually, no, that makes perfect sense the more I think about it.
There you go. I don't have to explain a word.
Hey, Reese, that's not a bad idea. Why don't you become a pirate to annoy your mother? I could show you the ropes.
Oh, he could.
No.
Literally.
No, that wouldn't annoy her.
Would break his sister's heart.
Yeah.
Oh, your dear little sister? Older sister? Same age
Younger
sister?
sister.
Younger sister. Gotta do it all for the family. Not that I have any family, so I wouldn't know what that's like.
Well, not all of them are tolerable.
Quite.
I have done worse things to annoy my mother, though.
How long is
And
the
somehow I have come to know about almost all of them, despite telling her repeatedly I didn't want to know.
Reese, how long is it?
She vents to you?
Oh.
Of all
shit.
people, I'm surprised.
Oh, my dear, I'm not sure you know this. She vents to a lot of her higher profile business associates.
That bitch!
Actually, she once tried to purchase the services of a hypnotist friend of mine to see if she could get you to behave at some party she was holding God knows when.
I think
But
I
you weren't
remember
there that evening, and he wasn't terribly interested.
Yeah,
Well, your
Didn't
mother
want you
sounds.
do anything
that sounds like her.
outlandish. Was
Your mother
all.
sounds like
I
a
believe you were
real-
out at a tavern that night.
Oh, well. Wait, out at a tavern that night?
Oh, yes. I couldn't tell you doing what.
Ethan, is this supposed to match up with the timeline of Waterdeep?
It's a reference. I won't say to what.
Yeah.
I think I was off melting a troll that night. Awful busy.
Your mother seems like a real piece of work, Reese.
You don't know the half of it.
Would you like
Should've
me
known.
to fence her estate? For the annoying part. Not that I
Gods,
benefit.
no. No.
Oh,
The only
darn.
reason I refuse to meddle in my mother's affairs is that it directly affects the care of my sister, who is terminally ill. All the time.
Point. Sweet little thing, too. It's a damn shame.
Yeah, I should probably find a more pleasant work here to purchase for her.
Oh, there's a few floral pieces, some nice sunny landscapes she might enjoy, especially given the heavier curtains in that ward.
Yeah. We'll take a look.
By the way,
And if you need help on a price, feel free to ask, just out of earshot of this one.
Oh, you
She's
won't be keeping prices for me, darling. I'll figure out what it's worth eventually.
My dear, you don't look like you know what a pair of shoes is worth.
Well, your words are like knives to my heart. But they are
Surprised you have
correct.
one.
Yes, I have a heart. It still beats. I just don't
Yes,
like
I-
to keep attached very long. Just ask Vanessa or Mallory. Or
Shame.
Fenton. Or Darius.
Right, I'm going to go before I start getting some other person venting at me. Do enjoy the festivities and feel free to say hello when you need to. Your mother isn't here, is she?
No, as far as I know, not. If she was, I wouldn't be here.
Oh,
I'm gonna stick around this one. Her luck intrigues me. And gotta keep an
Her-
eye. And I kind of flash the card at her.
Yes, quite.
Yeah. By the way, I'm gonna go looking for the lost-looking elf. To try and-
The good part to that is she might be lost, and that makes her very easy to find.
Yeah.
Well,
You
she's
walk over
the
to
only.
the snack table.
She's in full armor.
Yeah.
She doesn't look like she knows where she is. There's no ale on her, mead on her armor.
She's looking at the desserts, looking like she has no idea what any of these are.
I'll just go up and say, excuse me, miss. Do you need any assistance?
Oh, bless you, sir. She's gonna hold up a random dish. She doesn't matter. I don't even care what it is. She's gonna hold up the dish. She's like, "Could you explain to me what this is?"
That is a souffle. You eat it with a spoon usually. Sorry, did you just?
I'm resting on the plate too.
Yeah, yeah. It's just like, sorry. Where did you? Are you from out of town? Did you just sort of wander in? Because I can help you get a lay of the land if you like, or.
You see her just stag in relief, like all the relief in the world just comes onto this woman.
Okay.
My prayers have been answered. I am terribly lost.
So you are currently at the art gala, autumn masquerade event. Masks are optional, but it's it's a thing.
You see that he was panicking slightly.
Oh God! Masks!
I'm on security detail for Miss LaFair. She's in charge of all the displays. I mean, it's a party. There's not much to do other than go around, talk to people, enjoy food. look at paintings. I don't know if you have the money to purchase a painting, but I'm told that's something that people do to enjoy themselves here.
No.
Well, then,
Yeah, Celine's just gonna like look down at herself and be like, if I'm required to pay, I'll do my best to find something I can pay for.
I mean, you don't have to purchase anything. I was just not wanting to make any assumptions about your circumstances.
It's not offensive if I don't pay for something, is it?
No, absolutely not. Most people here are just here to eat lots of food and get drunk, which honestly I could do for some of, but I'm on duty, so...
I see. She has no idea what being drunk is, by the way.
Even though she just experienced a microsecond of it.
Yeah, so.
That memory's already gone.
Was being poisoned. There's a difference.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, she's gonna say, I see. I've talked to people. I suppose I'll have to enjoy the food and then I'll look at the art.
See, you're already getting the hang of it.
Where is the art? Where is the art?
The art's just. Am I right in thinking the art's just displayed everywhere?
Oh yeah, there's even a few small paintings above the refreshment tables.
You'll say that, and you'll see like a look of concern.
Ma'am, were you born yesterday?
I'm sorry. Do you know what art is?
Of the many things that Celine's oblivious to, I'm going to assume that she knows what it is, but she's still not very. I actually forgot of Celine's backstory. I never wrote it down. I only just recently remembered that she was raised in a very secluded monastery by herself, only recently let loose. So she probably knows what it is not too familiar with what.
So I'm just gonna point to one of the paintings, that is. Have you seen art before?
He's going to see the painting and say, "Oh, I have seen paintings before. I've heard of art. I'm not too terribly familiar with them, I'm afraid."
Is the food at this party free, or is there a fee associated with it?
Nope, it's free.
Okay.
And remember, you were told you were permitted access to everything but the alcohol.
Yeah, I know. I'm just gonna say. So you're probably just gonna be looking at the art. Probably not gonna be. Yeah. So just.
He's gonna pull out a small bag with her entire life savings. It's 15 gold, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean. Just tell you what, if you have any questions, I don't think I'm that hard to spot. Feel free to come up and ask.
While you two are talking, a hand just kind of reaches between you two, pats around on the table for a second, finds the cookie plate, just flicks 3 of them into the hand. Excuse me.
Sorry.
Oh, pardon me, sorry. Gotta get out of the way.
I'll look at the hand's owner.
Torin, you see Evan, his big sketch pad just hanging under his arm. He's already got a cookie hanging out of his mouth. Also looks like he hasn't slept in a day, but...
leave some of those for the other guests. So...
Yeah. Relax, they're gonna have theirs. I just needed a couple.
Alright.
Celine, by the way, still has the entire plate of souffle and is starting to eat it.
The whole plate.
Okay, I'm gonna turn. Okay. So typically, when you're at a party like this, you take one of something from a tray, and you eat that. Okay. Do you understand what I'm saying? You just.
So Torin, you're explaining this to her, and Tirvana will come over, reach into her trench coat, pull out a dagger, cut a piece of cake, and then the piece that she just cut, she'll take the rest of the cake around that. and then go back over to Reese.
Do I notice this?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
ain't subtle.
Are you gonna be able to eat all of that?
Well, you know that's what they.
Celine
you-
sees this and is just going, "Oh, I'm sorry." She's going to cut a small piece of this.
No. Like,
She's looking so apologetic, by the way, while doing this.
So she's talking to you, Reese, while also talking to Reese. Wait, you see, darling, you have pockets to save it for later.
she'll say,
I
okay.
mean, that's what I always use them for.
Here's a general.
Who has not left yet, by the way, just looks up at Tor and is like, I don't envy you. Apparently, we got a bunch of weirdos tonight.
Look, I'm gonna turn to Celine. Just general rule of thumb. Whatever you see that one doing, do the opposite of that.
She's going to look at, I'm drawing a blank on your name already.
Tirvana.
Tarvana. She's going to look at Tarvana and then look back at,
It is.
Torin and this.
I deeply regret that what she just did is not technically against the rules.
Oh, no, not the me drawing a weapon and cutting cake.
I'm saying that I don't think I saw that part. I just saw the
Okay.
cake liberation because that was more obvious.
He was a little focused on Celine up until the.
Yeah, exactly. The yoink.
So Celine's gonna be like all flustered and be like, I'm sorry. It's just she's gonna like just be like completely stuttering, panicking because she's afraid that.
Why
I'm
didn't you
just-
just take the whole cake?
I'm going to like look at.
Oh.
I'm gonna look at the lonely piece of cake just lying there and just go like, whatever, and just like pick it up and just hand it to Celine as a peace offering.
Celine's
Why did I
gonna,
take the whole cake, darling? What you see?
Celine's gonna take the cake and then in fair trade give you the souffle.
I'll take
It's called a form of peacocking. I'm trying to get the big one's attention, but also I'm using it as an excuse, darling, to get more cake. It's a double-edged sword. It goes in both ways.
Why do you want to get his attention if your plan is to try and steal a painting?
Many plans have multiple ways of succeeding. Perhaps that's not my only goal tonight, dear Rish.
Well, it seems
Oh, wait.
like one of your goals is to get kicked out.
Oh, that could be a tertiary goal. Then I could have more fun trying to get back in.
I was going to say something, but I forgot you were away. You're away from us.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'm gonna go speak with the Dragonborn for a bit. Try not to get in too much trouble while I'm gone.
Oh, if you're going to go talk to him, can you give him a message for me?
Oh no.
Sure. What?
Can you tell him? Can you say hi? But don't say it like that. Say more like hi.
Reese telling a Dragonborn hi in that book.
Sure.
But make sure it's like that and say it was from me.
Uh-huh. Okay.
God.
There's no confidence in you, darling.
Reese goes over. Oh god. Hold on.
What is he? I'm half expecting him to say, "Hey, that bitch says hi."
Hold on.
I think,
Where the fuck did it go? There it is.
I cannot wait to see how he translates this.
Me neither.
I think you'll like it. I'll walk up to Torin. So I wanted a little sanity in my night. I hope yours is going a little better.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess you came to the right place. I'm very... I wish I could get drunk.
Fair enough. By the way, the pirate back there wanted me to deliver a message. She says hi, but it wasn't hi in the normal way. It was hi in the more like flirty, sexy kind of way.
Yeah, that sounds
Gave me
about right.
very weird vibes.
Just the image, and there's just for an image, there's Celine cocked with a spoon in her mouth, cocked her head with the giant question mark over her head.
See, So, yeah, I'm generally, for my partners, I look for someone with a little more sanity, so I can't really say I'm interested, but...
Well, I mean, my sanity's a little questionable to some, but I hope it's more satisfactory than what we
Oh yeah,
went through tonight morning.
Celine's gonna pipe up. She seems very fond of you. She wishes to name her bow after you. That seems like a very
Her
she
bow or boat?
bow. She said it was a very kind tradition. I do not understand it. I'm not fond of weapons, but
I don't know that that's something I want any part of.
It's a little forward for someone who's only met you tonight. Are you sure you haven't met her before?
I would remember.
I would remember.
Mm-hmm.
And believe me, I know a lot of the people at this party. She would stick out like a sore thumb.
I don't quite understand her intentions. She says she was thinking of stealing a painting, but at the same time also wants to get thrown out by you.
Sorry, did you say stealing a painting?
Potentially, yes, but I'm unsure exactly what her entire intentions are. I'll keep my eye on her.
Varys.
You find him down over by one of the sculptures that breaks up the line of paintings, talking with
I'm just gonna do like
Marith.
like one of these.
Wait, hold on. What if we convinced her one of the really, really low quality ones was like very, very expensive and pricey and worth a lot of money?
So, the thing about me being security means that I'm supposed to stop people from breaking the rules.
Oh, I'm not saying we let her steal it entirely.
Go on.
She won't leave the premise without it. I just figured, have a little fun tonight.
You can partially steal something?
Well, she could take it off the wall and try to walk it out, or sneak it out, or hide it, or however she plans on doing it, but
You're saying
we could just stop her before she leaves.
just to give an excuse to throw her out, in other words?
Or, play around with it, have some fun.
Look, well, the thing
It's not
that's
a
gonna-
problem until she leaves with it, is my point.
So, the thing that would make my evening more fun would be to not have to worry about that.
The problem with that is that if we get her thrown out, I believe verbatim she said part of her night was expected to be thrown out and want to come back in, or find a way back in. So regardless, she's going to get back in.
Oh, for Bahamut's sake.
As you two are talking, Reese, you finally, as you're looking at him, you kind of glance down, and Evan, who you're now seeing, this teenage human, still cookie hanging out of his mouth, has dragged a chair over, hopped up on top of it, and has his sketch pad resting on his knees. And his pencil's just going like a mile a minute, and he's glancing up.
I'll leave him to it. Okay, never mind, I'm curious. What are you drawing? Not accusatory, I'm just curious.
He's gonna motion to the three of you.
He likes to find inspiration from, just whatever interesting vignettes he finds around here. I find, just pretend he's not here.
Celine's
Fair enough.
blushing like mad and like trying to straighten herself up. I'm not.
I'm gonna kind of like smack her on the shoulder. Relax. It's okay. Pretend like he's not there.
He's gonna break off part of the cookie. I couldn't help it. You kind of look like one of Killian's models.
Which one of us?
That's not a. I get Killian's.
He's gonna
model
point
is-
right at you, Reese, with a kind of look of really.
What do I know
Look.
about? Are Killian's models still like super dark, like those ones, or have they? Do I know anything about this?
From what you get from the rest of the staff and what pieces have been displayed besides his current showcase, he entered a bit of a blue period where it's a lot of tiredness, a lot of somberness to it, exhaustion.
I mean, I guess there's some accuracy to that.
What is that supposed to be?
Besides, the kind of ditzy lady here shoving a piece of cake in her mouth like she's a 2-year-old is more interesting than most of the stuck-up pricks around here.
Fair enough.
So Celine's gonna perk up and like look down at the cake she has, that she's eating. Most of it's on her mouth.
Tell me, do either of you know offhand how familiar Killian's other models are with death? Just a curiosity.
That's a bit of an odd question. I can't say I know for certain. They might have some familiarity, I guess. It's more of a mood thing, as I understand it, with him right at these days. Yeah.
Fair enough.
And as you're all talking, you all, no matter where you are in the room, feel a rather cold breeze drift through. Older than it is outside, also the doors are closed. They've been closed.
So everyone else probably reacts to this or says something or gasps. Tirvana just doesn't emote to it.
I'm gonna take you by the shoulder, Tor, and be like, and kind of like pull your head down closer to my face and be like, "This place is haunted."
Celine has bad flashbacks of face stealers.
Not that I know of.
I'm gonna look to the
with
kid.
face half peeled.
I'm just gonna look to the kid with the sketchbook.
Gonna leave
Do you know if this place is haunted?
Rest a hand on my maul.
Hasn't been as long as I'm around, unless you call some of the. Well, I mean, some of the people around here are ghouls, so.
He means
Oh,
that
me too.
metaphorically.
That's why I said me too. That's disappointing. But why is it so cold in here?
Almost on cue, as you say that and murmur the so-called line, another breeze comes through, much faster, whips through, and all of the torches are simultaneously blown out.
Well, that's disturbing.
I'm gonna hand them all. All right, who cast thaumaturgy?
I
Hands up.
like it.
Yeah, you just hear someone call from the back, "Oh, they do it!" There's then a very loud tearing sound. Not like the tearing of flesh, just like material just being torn. And then there's
maybe like a canvas.
Oh,
wouldn't sound inaccurate.
Cool.
I might have sussed out where this is going.
You had to, right?
And there's some clattering that's a little hard to hear over several people panicking, and you can both kind of hear Denya badly trying to just calm everyone down. And suddenly the torches flick back on. And nothing seems any different.
Right. Normally that would be me, but
I'm gonna do a perimeter.
I'm gonna go look for that ripping noise.
Yeah, I'm
and
gonna
I just
do a
immediately
check for damages. You know.
When the lights come back on, you see Celine with her hand in the air with a light in her hand, with her light like a spell ready in her hand. She was about ready to cast daylight. And she like slowly puts it back down
Do I-
after the light back on.
Do I see Turvana anywhere when the lights come back on?
I was about to ask where Turvana is.
I'm over by the paintings eating cake, and all that just happened, I just didn't give a shit. I just kept eating cake.
Yep. Yeah, you see her, Torin.
Yeah, I'm gonna stomp over and just be like, what did you do?
Bold of you to assume that I did anything, darling. I've been sitting right here, enjoying this, well, almost eaten cake. So provocative, so assumptive of you.
Alright. I'm just gonna keep
There's
walking.
also walking over. Was this her?
I am... All I know is that she's the only element that seems out of place here.
I'm looking for the source of the rip.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep looking, look for anything unusual. Just
Do you roll
maybe-
investigation or not?
I'll go this
Oh,
way.
please do, yeah.
You check in that direction, circle back.
Sweet.
Alright.
Darling,
I've got a few guys running a perimeter so far. Nobody seems injured or missing. He looks down. Are you the reason the cake went missing so fast?
18.
She is.
Of course.
Yep.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Whatever.
there's
And he's just gonna walk
Also,
off.
hang. I'm gonna stop him and just
Hmm?
and just whisper in his ear. Also, apparently, she's thinking about stealing a painting, so extra close eye.
Don't worry.
Can
Nothing
I-
escapes these.
Can I hear them?
Hey,
Make a perception check.
what's the matter?
Alright.
By the way, Celine seeing the distraught faces of her new friends, she's gonna go over and try to help without actually knowing what they're looking for.
Do you have anyone in particular you want to follow?
Well, let's see. It'd be either Reese or Torin. Let's roll a die.
Mod 18 for me on the perception check.
Torin.
Yeah, I got an 18 on an investigation.
Okay. Nirvana, you are able to make out what Torin is saying to Varys.
I'll just hear that, and Torin, you can see me smile a little bit as you're talking.
Tyler, you said Reese, right?
No, I said Torin.
Torin. Okay, so Torin, as Varys walks away, like as he exits frame, Tyler, you said Reese. Celine just scoots into frame.
So the rest of the cake appears.
Celine and the last of the cake. Reese,
Yes.
it's not super hard to find. As you're going down the perimeter, there's only one blank spot on the wall and only one painting on the floor. And that was Killian's The Vile Monster. It is now laying face down, and you can see a tear from the back.
Oh, shame. I wanted that on my wall! Oh, Christ. Alright, I'm gonna lift it up and, like, see what the deal is. Like, off the floor.
Okay. Did you
Assess
pick it
the
up?
damage.
Yep, there's a tear, not entirely head to toe, but about in the middle of it. And as you're examining it, Denya kind of scuttles over. Oh, dear, I am so sorry. You were interested in that one.
It's alright, there's more.
Are we
What an
there yet?
odd rip. Do I notice anything missing from the painting itself?
You do. The man is no longer there.
It's 'cause he stepped out of the painting.
Where'd he go?
Where did what go? What the devil? I thought, honestly, if you'd asked me, I thought Killian came and ripped this himself.
Ghosts. I think it's ghosts.
Oh, Torin, you and Celine hear Reese say that as you're walking up. Awfully quick to assume, aren't you?
Let's walk over. What's up?
What more fun could it be than ghosts? Come on.
Fun. I don't.
I see.
Yes, sorry, I forgot who I was speaking to. Forgive me. Torin, could you do me a small favor? I'm so sorry. I know you've been asked to do a lot tonight. Mostly by being security. Could you do me the smallest could you go find Killian? I think he went out front.
Yeah.
Keep your eye out for a man. And I'll just like gesture at the painting while I hold it up.
Did I have a chance to see this painting earlier in the evening?
Yes, you passed by it once or twice, and you don't remember the exact subject, but you know there was definitely a subject in front of that fireplace, and it's not there anymore.
That's concerning.
Ghosts!
I'm sure there's a more
It may be
Definitely
alive
ghosts.
explanation.
It could just be magical vandalism, you know.
So Lean's gonna start finally piecing this together. That it's not supposed to happen.
It's probably a prank. I'll let Killian know.
So she's
If
gonna
it's a
walk.
prank, it's a terrible one. I wanted to buy this.
So
If it's not ghosts, I'll be very
Hey!
disappointed.
Yes?
I'll say as
hold on,
Torin-
hold on,
I'll
RJ.
wait. I'll wait.
Celine's gonna walk over to the painting and look at Reese and say, "Was this an accident? Should I repair this?"
Hold on to that thought. It's kind of evidence at the moment. If you tamper with it, we might.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Celine knows mending. That was why.
I'm gonna very gently. I think I could prepare that as well, but I'm gonna very gently lean it against the wall. And I'm gonna kind of investigate the general area around it.
The general area seems largely untouched. Though, you do notice, a little further down, another one of Killian's paintings is just straight up missing. Corin, you went to grab him, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you step outside and he's directly to the right of the door. He's got a large cigar hanging from his fingers.
I'm gonna comp him in sort of that low tone security uses to not disturb people. Excuse me, there's an issue with your paintings, if you can just...
There's always those things are an issue, but I understand. He looks around for a second before putting the cigar out on his shoe and sticking it in his pocket.
As we walk back, I'll just say, yeah, I'm terribly sorry. It looks like there may have been an act of vandalism.
As they're walking back,
I'm gonna come back.
I'm going to purposely bump into Torin,
Not now.
and I'll just kind of bump into you and look you, and the flirtatiousness is gone. Darling, I'd like to tell you something in private, if you would.
I'm not interested in more advances, if that's what you're talking about.
I'm not advancing on you. I have a theory of what might be going on, but if you don't want to know, then that's fine.
I'm gonna make an insight check to see if she's actually being on the up and up this time.
Okay, go for it.
Nine.
Oh.
You're not sure. This kind of feels like she's trying to play a wild card of acting serious so she can get you alone.
Tell you what.
Bad touch vibes.
Would you agree to meeting with me and one or two acquaintances?
Who are these acquaintances?
I think you know them.
The other god, possibly the owner of the gallery?
Just guests who seem to also have a stake in what's going on.
Sorry to interrupt, but what was this you needed to show me?
Oh, yeah. Come with me.
I would have made it back to the other painting by then.
Yeah.
Done my investigation.
And yeah, if Tavina, Torvina, well,
Torvana.
If Torvana wants to follow, I'm not going to stop her.
I'll follow, but 5 feet behind.
Mm-hmm. And we'll make our way back, and I'll show him the missing subject.
Are Torvana's eyes aimed a little lower?
No.
Seems that's not the only
He
thing that's
wonders
gone.
if you're staring at Torin's ass.
Oh, no. I don't really care right now.
Okay.
Ugh.
Probably was doing so earlier, though.
Earlier, yes. Now, no.
Well, he's gonna look over at you, Reese. I am sorry to see this. Dunya told me you wanted it. Heaven knows why, but
I'm not entirely worried about that at the moment. Another one of your paintings is completely gone. Not just the subject of one.
I don't know who'd want to steal that horrendous piece. Any of them.
Alright, I'll turn to Turvana. You said you had a theory. You want to share, perhaps?
Well, I'd rather share in private. I suppose I can tell she'll look at you, Torin. I'll tell you, and I'll tell Mr. Reese over there. We seem to have some common. The rest, I don't like to kiss and tell, especially about myself. Usually other people.
I'm gonna lean. Oh my
Considering
god.
considering this one, it's his painting that that this happened to. I think he deserves to hear it, don't you?
My personal secrets are a bit embarrassing, darling, and I don't like many people knowing about them.
Dwayne's just
I'm
gonna
gonna lean to Torvin and be like, hey, so I don't know what she means by similarities. But just play with it for now.
Celine's just gonna like nod in understanding. Oh yes, of course. Like as soon as you said kiss and tell and embarrassment, she's already like politely walking away.
Doc, you don't need to go.
No,
very
you
far.
stay here.
And then your conversation is interrupted by a very loud scream of agony down one of the halls.
I'm sprinting off towards it.
And everyone else goes silent and just kind of stares.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm fully in. Shit needs to get done mode. Maul is out. I am heading in the direction of the scream.
I am also pulling out my mace.
I will casually follow.
Celine will pause for a second, then realize that someone's in trouble, and then go at to help them.
All right. You all make your way. I almost said sprint, only some of you are sprinting. Down towards that hall. And near the entry to the hall, Reese, you're the first to see it. One of the guests, you're not sure who, but a man laying there, barely breathing. His eyes have been fully pushed inward. And he's bleeding quite a bit. There's also a red stain on the wall.
I'm gonna rush
Probably
over,
from a blow to the head.
gonna rush over, check for vitals.
He's alive. Barely.
Hold
on.
You have healing? Anything?
Am I there?
I would say the other two have caught up while you two are checking vitals.
Yeah,
That
I
looked
would.
Quite gruesome.
We need,
Celine immediately casts Cure Wounds.
Here we go.
Torin, I will the rest of you note that I am strangely calm at all of this.
I'm gonna patch her up in other ways, or patch the dude up in other ways, since I know, basic anatomy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't have any of my healing spells prepared. Because I didn't need it. Do you want me to just roll a medicine for that?
Yeah, make a medicine check.
Do you want me to roll health or no?
Nah, well, yes, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead, just so I can get an idea of...
Nat
much
20,
better
by
than-
the way. So
Ooh,
26.
nat 20.
Where's my 8? There's
You
my
know,
8.
you almost wish this was an injury you hadn't dealt with before. But, Dad sometimes pulled you in to help people, usually the trauma guys, because you had the best stomach.
That's 21 health.
All right, 21 health. You do manage, between that and Reese's medical expertise, you do manage to get him to stop bleeding from the back of the head, so that wound closes up entirely, and his eyes remain pushed in, but the bleeding is stopped at the very least.
Well, that's gonna take a couple weeks of
And his breathing steadies.
intense healing.
once I'm sure that his condition is stable, I'm gonna turn on Turvana and just point blank, what's going on? You seem to know something.
Well, I don't really have an idea. Sea gods work in mysterious ways.
Look, I am not in the mood for games right now. One of the guests has been injured. You're going to tell me what you know.
It's not a game, darling. It's a wrath, more likely. And she will slowly take off one of her gloves. And you'll see on the back of her hand kind of what looks like a closed eye. Give me a moment. And she will close down her right eye. And you'll kind of like see her spasm a bit as that one opens up. And now there's an open eye on the back of her hand.
What's that mean? What's that?
That's
supposed to
pretty
be?
cool.
I've never seen active tattoos before.
It's not a tattoo, it's a curse.
Oh, do you need help? She's gonna raise her hand
We
again.
just tried that, it didn't work.
I don't need your help. You can't remove a curse given to you by a god.
Oh, that would be terribly rude.
Ugh.
Which-
I don't have an entire idea or knowledge of what this curse does, but I have a pretty good idea. Misfortune, agony, suffering. That is what it causes. Those 4 boats I own didn't just sink because I'm a terrible captain or a terrible craftsman pilot.
Oh, I assumed that.
No. Let's just say my sticky fingers may have touched something I probably shouldn't and tried to take something an alt temple many years ago. And I've been dealing with the consequences ever since.
I'm about to ask another question, and then I'm gonna
If you'd be lucky at computer real quick.
sort of like eyes widen and head in the direction of what I just heard.
Yeah, same.
So you two sprint off as Tavana finishes explaining, and you only get a few steps before, from the darkness, a frame flies out and lands at your feet, clanking on the ground. Another large tear down the middle. And
Looking at the painting.
And Reese, already having seen these, and Torin, you have a mild understanding of these paintings. It is not simply supposed to be a black hill and a red sky.
What the hell?
This was not originally a landscape.
What?
Imagined abominations coming to life and freeing themselves from their paintings,
I'm checking
and
for footprints. Any sort of
now
tracks?
attacking the guests. How is this not ghosts?
Do I see any sort of sign of?
Roll me an investigation check.
Me or him?
I'm looking.
Him right now.
Okay.
15.
15. You kneel down looking for prints, and while you don't necessarily find prints, you hadn't noticed it before given the color of the flooring, but you run your hand down, and there's a thin coating, and you lift your hand up, and your hand has changed. That's paint.
Is that a trail or is it just like a splotch?
It's like it's a thin layer in a small area. And looking up, you can kind of see the glistenings of a few more. And then you all hear a heavy footfall. And then a few more.
While this is going on, I'm going to close up my hand eye, put my glove back on, and I'm going to grab Celine by the hand and say, well, since you don't do much in the way of fighting, you're going to stay with me, Lark.
Celine's just gonna look down at the injured man. It's just like, I have to help him.
You've helped as you can. Keep yourself alive.
So Celine's just gonna like put herself in front of the injured man with the shield. I'll do both.
I am actually going to use an ability here.
Okay.
That I just remembered I have. I'm going to use my magic awareness, where I'm going to open my awareness to the presence of concentrated magic. Until the end of my next turn, I know the location of any spell or magic item within 60 feet of me that is not behind total cover. And if I sense a spell, I know what school of magic it belongs to.
Okay.
I was like,
You don't sense anything. No spell. There's not a magic item.
This wasn't vandalism.
And the footfalls continue. And
Gus.
from the, not darkness, but dimness of the rest of the hallway, you see this large, almost bullet-looking creature with a much wider mouth and much more needle-like teeth. And the strange thing about it is it doesn't seem to be flesh. Its skin has this almost brushstroke texture to it.
Oh,
Reese, this was in one of the paintings.
oh fuck that.
Oh, fuck.
I'm going to be with Celine and just say, look, we can't stay here. It's going to get very dark.
I'm gonna take out the maul.
Well, I was hoping to hang you on my wall. Now I guess I have to kill you.
I will step out of the room, kind of pulling Celine along, and see this thing and say, oh, well, that's a sight. Not a sight that I like, and I will let go of Celine's hand.
Any good?
Sorry.
Any good in the fight?
Sorry, Mr. Torin, but I may have snuck a couple of things past security. And she will hunch up her shoulders and squeeze them in, and 2 folded up rapiers will eject out of the shoulder pads of her coat, which she will catch as they extend.
Ordinarily, I'd be throwing you out right now, but circumstances have changed.
And that's initiative.
Reese kind of gets a really big grin on his face. Like, as he's about to fight this thing. It's kind of like, why, bro?
That'll be a 17 from me.
These dice rolled really fucking well. Holy shit.
Oh,
I forgot
sorry.
Reese has a -1 initiative.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, never mind. That's the wrong bonus. Sorry. 11.
14.
That's a difference. All right, we'll go down the list here. Tyler?
Celine does not want to go first. She got a 6.
Oh, she doesn't like fighting, so makes sense.
Yeah.
RJ?
21.
Okay. And then 14, 11, and 6. All right. Well, Tervana, you're up first.
Is Reese or Torin, are they within 5 feet of this thing, or?
No, they're within about 15
I would be
feet.
right next to it.
Okay, that's why I have to ask. All right.
Reese would be right next to it if he could be, but it appeared at a little bit down the
hell
hall.
no. Bro, do you forget how Reese fights?
No, I don't. It's more like a joke on, like, he kind of probably wants to be near it.
So cool, but wait, it might kill me. But so cool.
That's fair.
Man, this is way cooler than those stinking rats.
I am going
Much
to...
rather die to this.
I'm gonna hide.
I'm gonna hide.
Okay.
And we've got a rogue.
It really is funny to me the complete difference between Reese and Celine, both clerics, and their armor class.
What's Celine's armor class?
18.
Oh, yeah.
20, 22?
I don't know
Okay.
if... Hold on. He might have gotten a little fucked. Oh, yeah, no, that's because he only wears leather armor.
So you find a nice spot between some of the torches to slither into.
Yep. And... Is hiding my action, or is that a bonus action for me?
Rogues have cunning action, so it would be a bonus.
Yeah.
Would be
Hiding
a bonus
would be
by
a bonus.
5.
Oh. Yeah, that's fair. All right. So then I am going to... Yeah, I'm going to hide near Reese and Gano.
Quinn, what level do rogues get cunning action?
Oh, that's
I
second
have
or
it.
third.
I'm pretty
Okay,
sure
good.
too.
They get it really early.
Yeah, I have it. I checked.
Yeah, I know Tervana's a multi-class, but I'm pretty. Yeah, she has cunning.
Just double checking. All right.
They get
so-
it super early on.
Yeah, I'm going to hide near Reese and Torin, and I'm going to ready to stab with my rapier if that thing gets near them or comes near me.
Okay. All right, then it moves to its turn. It is going to lumber towards all of you. Let's see, let me double check this. Yep, it will get within 5 feet of Reese and Torin, so that will trigger your ready action.
I'm gonna try and stab it.
Go for it.
I a bit.
Mod 20.
Yeah, that hits. Give me damage.
Ooh. 12. And then I got to do sneak attack as
I was
well.
about to say, did you roll sneak attack?
No, I just rolled the D8. Hold on, I'm rolling my sneak attack now. 18 with sneak attack.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
So just kind of like, Torin, you had your eyes focused on this monster, and then to the right of you, just out of nowhere, just stab.
And as your sword pierces this and pulls back out, the creature doesn't bleed and doesn't seem like that caused it any actual pain. It broke the flesh. Anyway,
What'd it do?
it is going to lean its head back, and it is going to try to thrust itself at you, Torin. Could you make me a dexterity saving throw?
I will with advantage because I'm a barbarian.
You sure you're not a barbarian?
Yeah, you're thinking different multi-class.
Sad.
Well, that's a 10.
All right.
Did not roll great, but
All right, so this thing rears back, and you sort of scoot backwards, and your foot bumps into Tervana's foot poking out from the shadows. And so for a brief second, you're like, what the hell was that? And this thing's shoulder just digs into your chest. You're going to take 6 bludgeoning off that.
Ow.
okay.
And then it's going to try to sink its teeth into Reese.
Oh boy.
I'm going to doubt an 11 gets there.
Just doesn't.
So you sort of lean back as these needle-like teeth just chomp like right in front of your face, nearly taking the tip of your nose off.
Reese kind of just like. I'm not sure if this counts as an apparition or not.
All right. Well, Reese, it is your turn.
Before it moves to Reese's turn, I am going to use my reaction to use. Go ahead.
Can
You
you?
did.
You all
Ready
did.
action uses your reaction. if I
Ready
remember
action is my
correctly.
action. Okay, then never mind.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Reese pulls a tiny microphone out to the. Hold the tiny microphone up to the abomination. Sir, how are you feeling today? What are you?
The
Yeah.
boats.
Yeah, basically. Well, I'm right
Nobody-
next to it.
Nobody, this thing. I will drink your blood.
That's not good. Well, I'm right next to it. I could touch it, right?
Yeah, poke
This
it.
thing's in your face.
Fucking poke it.
Yeah, I'm gonna inflict some wounds.
All right. What is the stat and DC of that save?
That's an attack roll, I'm pretty sure.
That's an attack roll. There is no DC.
Sick, I don't have to roll anything then.
That's pretty good right there. It's pretty fucking pog. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20. 22 to hit.
That absolutely hits. Give me damage.
4d10 it is. Pardon me while I roll 4 of the same 1d10 because I was too lazy to pull the rest of my shit out. Oh no, wait, I got 2. Cowabunga. Two sevens. Okay. Alright. Getting a little holy here. 14. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 necrotic damage.
27. So you touch this thing, and the flesh kind of bubbles, and it almost dries and starts peeling away like paint off a wall.
Oh, that is so fascinating.
4. Not crazy Tor, big Tor.
Alright. I'm gonna just sort of crack my neck and say, fair warning, this could get a little unpredictable. And
Well, I don't think this thing bleeds like normal, so go for it.
go, and I'll let out a roar and enter my rage. And I'm
Alright.
going to see what happens.
Angry boy gets angry.
Angry boy gets angry. Random shit occurs.
Ooh.
Ooh, you wild magic barbarian?
You'll see my form.
Yeah.
You'll see my form flicker and go into my weapon, and the maul just starts to radiate with like magical force attached to it.
What the fuck?
And
Interesting.
oh, ooh, hold up.
Yeah, I haven't played the official version of the wild magic barbarians yet, so.
And I'll look at it and sort of just like smirk and say, nice. And I'm gonna swing it at this thing.
For it.
Recklessly as well.
Just don't roll 2 more 10s and you should be good to go.
Oh yeah, good thing it was reckless. One of those is in that one, but that's a 22.
That hits.
And that is gonna be a total of 10 plus 2 from the rage, so 12 bludgeoning damage on that. Sorry, not bludgeoning, because of my wild magic. That is gonna be force damage. Oh, I can't do the thing with that then.
What thing?
I have a feat that deals with when I do bludgeoning damage to something.
Fuck.
Womp womp.
Womp indeed. Yeah, and then I'll switch it up. I'll switch. Yeah, I'm going to then, because I am one of the new types of Dragonborn. I can replace the other attack action with my breath weapon.
Fuck yes.
So I'm going to let loose a torrent of acid on this thing in a 15-foot cone, angled to avoid those near me. That's
A-okay by me.
That is going to be a dex save.
What's my target?
13.
Mod 20.
Fuck.
It's half damage. Yeah, half damage. Okay, where is...
Damage is
It
damage.
is indeed. Alright, so 12, so that's going to be a total of 6 acid damage.
So, after you club this thing inward, taking off several big flakes of the dried flesh, you find the creature is almost hollow on the inside. And as the acid from your breath splashes onto it, it immediately just starts eating away at all of its form. And it is going to take 12.
Oh, it's
shit.
vulnerable.
I mean,
It's
it's paint.
Yeah.
It basically just breathes paint thinner onto it, so.
Well then. Isn't that interesting?
A whole lot of its form is missing now.
Can I free action talk?
Yeah.
I'm gonna scream out to one of the possible artists in the vicinity. Get us a bunch of paint thinner! And then I'll go back to being like combat ready.
Celine, it's your turn.
Celine really doesn't know what to do right now.
So, well, then let me tell you this, because as you're watching this go on, you're further back, right?
Yeah.
You've been standing in the back the whole time. You can hear behind you chaos ensues. People are screaming again, there's running. It sounds like a fight almost.
Is it around the bend or is it?
It's back towards the main hall of the gallery. You're not too far down the hallway.
Can I see what's going on?
Yeah, if you back up like 10 feet.
Celine will cautiously look back, see they're still doing okay, and then just kind of inch back, while looking both ways.
So you look back, and amidst the crowd that's kind of parting away, you see several men and women, mostly all wearing roughly the same kind of clothing, almost uniform style, matching. Several of them are lying on the ground, bleeding profusely from the head. A few from... Actually, it's almost entirely the head. And you see this similar creature with a similar texture to it, except it's bipedal. Hands absolutely coated in blood, at this point halfway up the forearm. And it is currently dragging Killian further into the gallery.
What?
Uh-oh.
Just got back and heard Killian's being dragged. That's a problem.
Killian,
Yes.
Save the boy!
There is Celine is noticing a bunch of people all wearing kind of the same clothing, almost uniform-like, all on the ground, bleeding profusely from large wounds to the head.
Oh shit, Celine can't really do much about that.
Should probably go help anyway.
I know, I'm trying to think of what I want to do. Celine's gonna run towards the creature holding Killian, but on the way, she's going to do... How many people are on the ground bleeding?
Currently 4 that you can see.
Alright, she's gonna do prayer of healing.
Okay.
So up to 6 creatures heal, yada yada, we all know the song and dance.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make you roll on healing for that one. You do see several of the lacerations close up, and the few that have almost dents anywhere, they start to fix a bit.
Okay. That's good. She help everybody, that's Celine. Cleric of life.
So how close do you want to get to this thing?
She's gonna get right up into its face. There's not really much you can do from range.
All right. As you run up to it, it turns to you. It has no mouth, and its eyes are jet black.
What?
Sorry.
What'd you say, Quinn?
It has no mouth and it must scream.
That's immediately what I thought too.
Celine's seeing all the darkness and blackness and how not light it is going to do not her signature move, but do what they reveal to people why she actually has that walking stick, aka the quarterstaff, and cast light on it.
Okay.
So it's just going to become a beacon of light, and that's all I can do.
All right. The light does shine bright enough that it catches the attention of those in the hallway. They're not at an angle where they can see where it's coming from, but they do notice it got suddenly brighter back there.
Yeah, there's not much else I can do.
That doesn't look good.
Celine wouldn't really try to say anything to that. She just like she's like looking worried about the guy who the creature has.
Mm-hmm.
But she's just holding up her shield in front of her, like trying to figure out what she can do to actually save him.
Tivana, go check that out. We've got this. I think we've got this under wraps.
Yes, the lock ran off. I'll go make sure she's safe.
All right. Well, fair enough, because Tivana, it is your turn.
All right, I will go to the bend where Celine went.
You see a similar scene. Several people. You're more keen to notice they're wearing similar outfits to the elf that was talking with Torin.
Right.
All KO'd on the ground. Blood still pooled at their heads, but they don't seem to be actively bleeding. And you see the same creature.
I will see the light, and then I'll pull my hood up and go and curse in elf.
Curse in elf.
If Celine hears that, she's going to reprimand you.
Not the time.
Language. Did someone just say language?
And I will. I assume I see the mouthless shadow man.
The mouthless jet black creature, similar painted flesh to the other creature in the hall. You see it's dragging Killian by the throat.
Yeah, so I'm going to see this man, and I didn't describe these rapiers, but one is kind of like black metal and the other one is silver, and they're serrated in the middle. And I'm going to turn them sideways and click them in together. This is a flavor thing, it doesn't do it. Just one sword becomes two swords. And she's going to see the Shadow Man, and I'm going to at him and just jump and try and stab this through him.
Go for it. Give me an attack roll.
22.
That hits.
Alrighty, and because Celine's there, because she's
Let's
right.
Count a sneak attack.
Engaged.
So that would be 10. 6. He'll be taking 20 damage off of that attack.
All right.
And then I will, as a bonus action, I am going to use two-weapon fighting to pull the sword out, and I'm going to try and cut his head, if it's going to do anything.
All right. Go for it. You pull it out, as you expect. Sadly, he doesn't bleed.
Taking all the fun out of it.
He's not human. He doesn't bleed.
Mod 20.
That hits.
He will be taking 5 damage.
All right, you get a pretty reasonable slice into the neck, but it's not even halfway through.
Okay, and then I'm going to action surge.
Okay.
And I'm going to try and hit him in the neck again.
Go for it.
I don't think that overrides your once per turn sneak attack restriction.
No, it doesn't. You only get sneak attack once per turn. 24?
Yeah, that hits.
And he will be taking 12 damage.
You get it significantly further, like 2/3 of the way in. Though his head just still kind of sits there as if the neck is all there.
Right.
Like it doesn't even start flopping over.
Yeah, and then I will pull the sword out, kind of back up to Celine. So tell me, Locke, why did you run all the way over here?
Celine, how close were you to this thing?
I'm like right in front of it, as close as I can get to it.
Okay. I'm asking because RJ's using the words back up, which is...
Well, here's the thing. I can back up without provoking opportunity attacks.
Skirmisher.
Yep.
I think that's on their turn, though.
Yes, it is. But I'm not backing up out of 5 foot range. I'm just backing up to where Celine is.
Precisely why I asked where Celine was.
Yeah.
All right.
Skirmisher's fucking useful, my dude.
All right. Well then.
Sorry.
So, this creature man thing, it's not a man, is going to look at you, and it is going to pull back one of its fists, and it is going to strike you directly in the throat with a mod 20.
Oh, shit.
Me or Tyler?
You, Tavana.
Me, okay.
Yeah, you doesn't really tell us anything.
My apologies. Yes, you, Tavana.
You can't really
Okay.
point at us if we're all in the same screen.
Yeah, it's my bad. It's like I'm pointing at him here, but screen change. My mistake. Yes, to be clear, Tavana.
Yes.
I mean, I did just go ham on him.
Yeah, you did. He gets you in the throat for 7 bludgeoning, and this thing hits you. And despite the seemingly hollow nature and the lack of proper flesh, you've had steel impact you before, and this doesn't feel a world away. That fist has a surprising amount of force behind it.
At least take me out for dinner first if you're going to put your hands up.
And it will wind up another punch, and it'll throw a pretty gnarly hook at Celine, which slams into her breastplate. And armor does its job, absorbs the actual impact. However, it dents your breastplate.
Alright.
Oh, shit.
Alright.
Then it is time for the teeth. The teeth, which it wishes to drive into the large dragonborn who just sprayed it with paint thinner.
And I will reckless.
And you were quite reckless, so no crits here, but there is assumedly going to be a hit on a 23.
Oh yeah.
All right. For the bite, that is the wrong die. Not bad. So it, unlike Reese, you do feel these very thin teeth dig into your shoulder, like several rapiers all piercing into your skin, through your scales. You'll take 12 piercing damage.
Reduced to 6. Rage.
Yes. Yes, 12 piercing reduced to 6, thank you. It then also still wants a piece of the death lad.
Yo, he tastes like death. Nom.
Goth's back on the menu.
Tasty goth.
Tasty,
Looks like Hot
tasty,
Topics back
tasty
on
mod
the
20.
menu.
Tasty what?
Tasty mod 20.
Fuck.
BB Hot Topics
Not as
on the
much,
menu.
but he does
You
manage
forget
to.
that he is a twink.
Reese, this thing does, as it like pushes forward to get it, it does then, with surprising speed, tear its teeth away from Tor and dig into your non-dominant forearm
For how much?
for 9 piercing.
Ow.
Then it is your turn.
Well, if this is how you're going to play that game, then... Oh, I suppose I can pull up some... nasty
Please do.
things myself.
Acid
Let-
seems especially effective if you have anything like that.
No! I'm not that kind of cleric.
Fair.
However, it's touching me. So I can cast Inflict Wounds again.
You can.
Just hold on one second. I want to
Fucking
see.
melt this thing.
I mean, you guys already are acid, inflict wounds, and
Yeah.
All I did was stab it once.
I wanna.
We also went to town on the enemy they don't know about.
How
That
is
is
it
true.
looking?
Most of its form is missing. What's not peeling is melting. What's not melting is peeling.
Alright, so it looks like shit. I'm not
It
gonna
looks
waste
like
a
shit.
third level on it, then I'm gonna use a normal first level. That should be enough. That's still 3d10.
All right, roll the hit.
Hold on, sir. I must remove the dice from the mimic.
The mimic must relinquish the click-clacks.
It doesn't want to relinquish the click-clacks. These blood dice, man, these have been really fucking good roll dice.
They want blood.
Blood for the blood god. Blood for Mogus.
Okay. And not as much this time, and then one more. We'll do this.
Did I miss something? Did you roll the hit?
10, 12, 13. Oh, I didn't. Sorry. I'm tired. I have to apologize. It's
No,
an
you're good.
18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24.
Yep.
Hit.
Yep, that's plenty. Yeah, that is plenty.
Okay, we'll go with what
And
I
I
had.
just realized that
7.
somehow I have second highest HP.
I mean, you're a part fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna give you the edge.
15, 18, 19 necrotic damage.
So, as this thing's biting into you and you just slam... I'm not gonna say you slam your hand. As you...
I'll
bring your
like
hand
touch
to
it
the-
on the forehead as it's biting into my arm and just be like,
all the paint around your hand immediately dries and spreads to the rest of its form, and then it just sort of falls to pieces like holding paint chips.
all right. I think that one's done. We should probably go find out what the ladies are up to, shall we?
Did I see Killian being dragged?
No.
No, neither of you have seen that or the creature dragging him yet, but you have
We
heard the
just saw the
commotion
light.
behind you. You heard the light, and you heard the commotion of, you also heard a loud clang.
That's why I said let's see what the ladies are up
Yeah.
to.
So,
Do you want to use your movement, Reese?
Yeah.
Okay.
30 feet. I'm slow.
Yes, but that's enough to get back out into the hallway and see what all the hubbub is about, as you also see the man from the painting. You just know that from the looks of
Oi!
him.
Get back in your painting. What are you doing?
You also see the knocked out guards, the dent in Celine's breastplate,
Oh Jesus! This
the
is
multiple
a mess.
holes in it, honestly. But then it's provided you don't have a bonus action you'd like to take, we can move to Torin.
Yeah, I can only do opportunity attacks, so go ahead.
All right,
Alright.
Torin.
my speed is 40 feet, and I'm going to see how far I can get.
Barbarians.
I'm good at my job.
40 feet.
Fucking scary.
Celine only had to
sometimes.
back up 20, so you can get out into the hallway and to this thing once you see it.
Okay. Yeah. To be clear, I had a backup plan if I couldn't get up to it.
But 40 is enough that you can.
Alright. I am going to heft the mall, and is there any angle that I can breathe on this thing without hitting Tervana or Celine, out of curiosity? Or are they
Yes.
just kind of surrounding it?
Or the guy being carried.
You could poke your head through. The only concern is, given that you're a bit taller than it, you need to be careful not to hit Killian.
Gotcha. If that feels like a concern, I'm just gonna stick to the mall,
Okay.
and do 2 swings with Reckless.
All right, go for it. Let's do swing number 1.
I
Swing,
am.
bada, bada, bada.
As he's coming over, just freight training, I'm just going to dog on Celine to push her down to the ground, just like get us out of the way. Just
Alright, we're gonna switch dice. That's only an 11.
Hang on.
I don't know.
11.
How, these things might not be too hard to hit. I don't know.
No, 11's... Unfortunately, even 11 isn't enough. You take a swing and it leans backward, and the rest of you from your viewing angles can see this thing's back just bend as if there is no spine.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And it rights itself up, probably just in time for the second swing.
Stay the fuck still. I'm gonna swing
That was
again.
not said with sarcasm, by the way. Reese is kind of in awe.
24.
24 absolutely hits.
You'll just hear from the floor, "Go for the head, darling!"
Shut it! That's gonna be 12. Again.
Alright,
And
you slam this thing in the side of its head.
And as a reminder, it's force damage, not bludgeoning.
Yes. You send the head splattering away. And yet, despite the hobbly movement and the almost unnatural twitching, it stays on its feet. Though it does look like it could fall over at any moment. Will that be all for your turn, sir?
It will. I don't see anything else I can do.
Alright. Celine, you're up.
I'm actually down.
Quinn, question. Did they get rid of the kamikaze flumps
damn it.
for the official version of the
Oh, there's...
Wild Magic Barbarian?
It's a little less impressive, but it's there.
They still have kamikaze flumps? Okay, that's important.
Yes. I didn't roll that, though.
You're down on the floor and up to bat. What would you like to do?
That's fair.
I currently have a drow on top of me, so first things first. Well, anyone else? Maybe. Celine's going to politely ask, can you get off me? Is there something wrong? It's like
No,
so
I just-
confused.
No, little Lark, I just didn't want your head to get taken off by that big brute over there and his hammer swinging wildly about, and she'll just get up off of you.
It's like, thank you. And she'll then get up too, just like pat herself down, like all casual, despite the monster 2 feet from her. After that, is there anyone severely wounded or like visibly wounded?
Other than the people in the middle of the hall?
Torin looks like he could take a lot more.
I healed them. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the most you see is Torin's got a few puncture wounds, a couple bruises. He doesn't seem terribly bothered. Reese's forearm is bleeding, but
It's kind of fucked. But I'm good.
badly from multiple areas, but he also seems to be in decent shape.
Alright.
He already
one
looked
bruise
like he
across
was
her neck,
dying
that's
to begin
it.
with.
I wouldn't worry about me, I still have, the fuck. The thing that gives me a D10 of healing, what is that
Second
called?
wind.
Second wind.
I still have second wind.
Alright, you also have to remember that this is Celine. She doesn't care if you're worried. She's worried.
Biggest mom friend.
Don't worry about me quite yet.
Always
Helicopter
worried.
mom.
Yeah, you've got like
Helicopter
Sam or
healer.
Clem, who's like mom friend, and then you've got Celine up way up there.
But Ethan, where's Zill?
Zill means well, but she's too distracted by everything being Paylor.
Of course.
Her
Let's
her
see.
kindness is there. Her attention.
I'm going. If no one's severely hurt, even with the bleeding wounds, with the big, strong barbarian currently taking the focus, Celine's gonna do Shield of Fate.
What'd that do?
So Torin, you get 2 AC.
Hog. I attacked recklessly, so it might come in handy.
It might. Would you like to do anything else? Move about?
No, she'll stay where she is. Actually, I could actually. No, can I do that? No, I can. Never mind. I can't do that. gonna say, because Shield of Fate's a bonus action, I could technically do a cantrip, but the only cantrip I would easily do is Guidance, which is also a concentration spell.
Yeah. Okay, so nothing else?
Nope, I can't do Spare the Dying, I already cast Light, and Mending is kind of useless right now.
Fair. Nirvana, you're up.
Before it moves to my turn, I'm going to use my reaction to use Skirmisher to back up to, I'd say 5 feet behind Torin.
Okay,
That's where you want to be, isn't it?
Yes, actually.
let me read Skirmisher here.
That's a nice view.
Yeah, how good is Nirvana at multitasking?
No.
The answer to that is, of course, is yes.
Oh God, we're all gonna die.
We're all gonna die, but the thirst is real.
Okay. This isn't actually telling me what Skirmisher does, it's just telling me what it is.
Oh,
Okay.
Skirmisher, on a enemy's turn, if they start it within 5 feet of you, you can use half of your movement to get away from them or move away from them without provoking opportunity attack.
Yep.
On its turn.
On its turn, yes. Or if it ends its turn.
So would I need to wait for its turn to use that?
Yes.
If that is how it's worded, then yes, you'd have to wait on the enemy's turn, not on
Alright
the
then,
lead's
never
turn.
mind. Good to know. Alright, so on my turn, I will stand up off the floor. I will look at Torin.
You do have bonus action disengage, by the way.
Oh, no, that's fine. I'll look at Torin and I'll just say, "Well, darling, would you like to do me a favor?" And as I'm talking to him, I'm disassembling my sword back into the 2 rapiers.
That depends.
Just arch your shoulders and make sure your back is strong.
I'll do my best to accommodate.
I am going to run up his tail and try and leap off his back to double stab into this thing and going for the arms.
And give me a strength check.
I believe.
And I do mean a check.
I believe I get advantage because I'm raging. Yeah, advantage on strength checks. So.
Okay, yep.
That went off the table. 17.
Just enough. You have no idea what she's planning, and you quickly find out. And almost like fight or flight, you manage to ground your legs and stiffen up enough that you don't immediately collapse under somebody else running on top of you.
I'll make an indignant noise.
And give me an attack roll.
Alright, I'm gonna just both blades drawn, going at the arms. So I'll roll 2 attacks. So we've got... One is a mod 17, the other one is
Okay,
mod
so
26.
the 17 was all I needed to hear.
Hi, Moon.
Okay.
Come on.
When I say this thing was wiggling and wobbling, I meant it. Quinn was one off.
Oh.
You drive your swords down and very cleanly slice this thing's arms off. And it just sort of crumples in on itself into a pile backwards. And you're left standing over it for the moment.
And as soon as it's down, I will kind of like catch myself kneeling, just stopping my swords before they dig into the floor. and then I'll walk over. Killian was being dragged by this thing, right?
Yes, he is currently unconscious.
Ah.
He also has a pretty large bruise around his temple, but he's not bleeding.
Yeah, I'll kind of walk over to him and just, take the swords, sheath them back into the shoulders quick, and just kind of just tap him a bit on the cheek.
It takes a moment or two, but he comes to.
Oh, well, hello there, little artist. Your arch tried to kill everyone, but we killed it better.
That's
Oh.
rude. That's rude.
Well, it is the truth.
Uh,
You good? Got
You're-
burp?
you're telling me. Ah, God.
Little Lark, would you mind doing a bit of the whatever you do on those people on this one?
I was literally
You
about
don't
to
know
say.
what healing is.
Hey, Reese, what's your passive?
Passive what?
Perception. Sorry. Passive perception.
Not very good.
Not as
13.
good as Lyle's.
Mine is.
Not as good as Pipit's now, because we finally leveled up.
Mine's good. Why? Mine's 18.
18?
Mine is 14.
Quinn?
13.
So,
Selena's the most perceptive, oblivious person you'll ever.
Reese, something you and Tor kind of think about as you're watching Tervana kind of, knock Killian back to his senses a bit, or tap him back to his senses. Didn't the last one chip away and go to dust? Celine, out of the corner of your eye, you see rapid writhing in motion.
Oh fuck.
Ooh.
Quick, hit it with another thing of that acid!
Selena's just
Whatever.
gonna jump and yelp and look at it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Whose turn is it?
I'm assuming you never left initiative. Technically.
By the way, did I cut off that cure wounds on Killian?
Yeah, I'll give that one to you.
Okay.
It would technically be one action into Tervana's turn, and this thing writhes and wriggles, and once Celine's possible yelp, or at least her head snapping over, the rest of you notice all of the color changes to various hues of red, and it starts to stand up and looks like it catches fire, but none of you feel any heat.
Good lord, man, what did you paint this with? The blood of demons?
Off in the distance.
You'll say painted. Tervana will quip. Oh, I think somebody had daddy issues.
What?
Ooh, that is mean considering the origin of that painting.
Aww.
And it is going to writhe, sort of melt, and then reshape itself, and it has somehow gotten bigger. This thing stands now at about 10 feet tall. Its legs, like a satyr, are bending backwards at the knee. And it is almost entirely skeletal in appearance. And there is a bright glowing red from in the eye sockets. Ivana, you still have a bonus action.
Well, chaps, it's been fun. And I am going to hide.
Give me stealth.
Well? Reese kind of cracks his neck. Here we go for round 2.
Why does it always come to violence and more violence?
25.
All right, you all hear that, and you're like, Wait, what? And she's gone.
Well, chaps, it's been fun. Poof.
There
I'm gonna kind of look at Torn and be like, hope I get a death out of this one.
Okay, there's a lot to unpack there.
All right. Well then.
Celine's actually, you know what? Celine looks genuinely and severely confused that the cleric is hoping for death about anybody. She doesn't know who they're hoping for death on.
Little does she know it's himself.
Sorry about that, Ethan.
No, you're good. You're dude. I like little character moments like that. I dig them. So, the first thing it's going to do is, it is going to rear one arm back, take a big old swing, and the hand is going to fly past all of you.
What?
And it is going to slam directly into the back of Killian's head.
Oh, god damn it.
That's just rude.
I don't have to reveal how much damage that is. Needless to say, given the size, his head then, he lurches forward, slams into the floor. Do you all know what scorpioning is?
No.
No.
It is an unfortunate occurrence of balance beams where when they land on their front half, their legs curl over towards their head like a scorpion's tail.
Oh, he's practically dead. Okay.
They don't stay there. It's like it hits on impact and then his body flops back down to...
Oh, okay.
But it's
He's
called
still
scorpioning
practically dead, I'm
because,
sure.
obviously.
Hi.
That certainly did a lot.
Can you?
And then it is going to rear back and expel this sort of crimson paint-like blood from its mouth directly at the other person who has a breath weapon by
Hello.
kind of coincidence. It doesn't know you have a breath weapon, as far as you know. Let me see here. I'm assuming a 24 hits.
Paint.
All right, that's... so as this, what you would assume is just painted blood washes over you, there's a drastic burning sensation. And you're going to take 7 fire damage.
Ooh, that doesn't get reduced.
And I need, as this thing continues to come at you like a little geyser, I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Shit. Yeah. Advantage. Oh wait, am I still raging, or did time pass while like it was?
Not a whole lot of time, like less than maybe 30 seconds at most passed.
Well, I mean that then my rage would be over because.
Right, because you
I
didn't take damage or hit anyone.
Yeah. Okay,
yeah, so yeah, your rage would have subsided.
So yeah, one roll. Okay, that's still extremely good. 26.
That is very good. It's quite a lot more pressure than you assumed, but again, you kind of instinctively plant your feet and just kind of take it as it washes over you until it finally stops.
Oh, he's gonna fall asleep. Oh, don't fall asleep.
All right,
Wait.
and we move to...
The bowl of grape.
you're not in initiative anymore. Reese.
Reese has found a cat.
You look me in
Listen.
the eyes and tell me a cat is going to tear Reese's attention away from this thing.
A very long time ago, I decided that anytime I was interacting with a cat IRL, my character was canonically interacting with a cat. Doesn't matter when, it just happens.
Oh god. Ethan, did I ever show you in Metal Gear Rising the scene where the cat just
The
comes in?
backflipping cat, yes.
Yes.
You
Yes,
showed
you
me
did.
that too.
That's what I'm imagining.
Yes.
That is 10 out of 10.
Okay.
All right, your go.
I seem to remember that I have a shooty spell that I can use, but ow! You're sharp. You're very sharp.
Cats.
I need daggers.
Tiny cats are pointy.
tiny daggers.
Why are you doing this? Hold on. Right, guiding bolt. At what level? I'll hold on to my 3rd level spell and... So 5 feet up. Nah. Each range spell attack when it hits the target deals only half damage. Ethan?
Yes.
Does this creature's weapon attacks technically use strength since it's using its body to hit?
Its melee attacks are using strength.
Yeah, it hasn't really hit with a weapon.
No, the most thing this thing has done so far is punch 3 people and then blood geyser your dragonborn.
Okay.
Or pseudo blood.
Alright. Fuck it. Guiding bolt.
Okay.
I usually roll pretty high on that anyway, at least for Reese.
Okay, go for it.
Guiding bolt at 2nd level. Where'd you go? He's gone. He's off to commit crimes.
Good.
That is a 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23.
That hits.
Cool. How many? 5d6. Both.
Always a fun question.
Give me
Any
2
dice?
seconds. I'm gonna use honey too. Is it just me or is the music being choppy?
It is being very choppy, and it seems to be on Fredboat's end.
Fucking bread boat. 5,
Fred's
6,
having a hard time tonight.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Radiant damage? Yes, radiant damage. 18 radiant damage.
The bolt flies and pretty much creates just a hole through one of this thing's bones.
So what do we think this is? Because I still think it's ghosts.
Whatever it is, we're killing it.
Taking alternate theories.
You hear from somewhere in the rune, angry sea god.
Yeah,
Not everything is an angry sea god.
Which one? Talos, Umberly?
Reese is just gonna kind of look at you and be like, well, you're more versed in your gods than I thought you'd be.
Just somewhere far from the back. Damn you, Poseidon! Alright. I'm assuming you're not going to use a bonus action this turn.
I don't really.
Do you wish to use any movement at all before we go on?
Yeah, just kind of like hang out in the general miasma. I'll be another. Like I'll come up to where Torin is, I guess. He moved up to the thing, right?
He hasn't gotten a turn since this thing spawned.
He wants to move up to that thing. I'll move up to it.
He's about
Fuck it,
to.
I'll at least try and give someone flanking. If that means I die, oh well. Not a deal breaker for me, surprisingly.
I mean... Yeah. Alright, then, Torin, it is your turn now.
Alright, let's try this again. I would like to rage. And we'll
Okay,
see
Discord.
what
Please roll on your table.
we'll see what wacky effects happen this time. Goodbye, RJ.
RJ's Discord took a shit.
Ooh,
Bye, RJ. There
I
he
don't
is.
know why. All of you froze for some reason.
okay. As I
Discord.
roar and rage once again, I will actually glow for a second, and a bolt of light will shoot from my chest at this thing.
Fucking love this kind of barbarian.
And it has to make
Alright.
a Constitution saving throw against 13.
Well,
12. Alrighty. It is going to take.
just a 12.
It's going to take 5 radiant damage and be blinded until the start of my next turn.
Oh boy.
And I get to do that again as a bonus action on each of my turns till my rage ends. So you see my body is now glowing with radiant light as I enter this rage.
So we've got the daylight from Celine, we've got a radiant dragonborn, and we've got a dude shooting fucking guiding bolts that are just bright. What can you do, Shirvana, that's light related? Come on.
I have dancing lights. I have fairy fire. Or fuck all of you guys. I'm doing the opposite. Darkness.
Sad. Where'd you go?
Well,
Fuck you,
seeing as it's
darkness.
blinded, unless it has something like blind sight, I think as I go up to it, I will have advantage without using reckless.
Radagast is elusive. Where'd you go? Oh, there you are.
That is how that works. It
Hi.
Oh goody!
does not have blind sight.
Oh goody! Here comes the maul. Excuse me. That is a natural 2 and a natural 1.
Yikes.
So that's a 9. I'm switching dice again.
Okay. Torin, you perhaps got a little too confident after beaming this thing blind. As it stumbles around, you walk up and rear back, and as it's stumbling around, its leg just kind of stops your arm from taking a full swing as it's stumbling.
I'll growl in anger and swing again. There we go. That's a 25.
I was about to say, are we gonna have and then I fired, and I missed.
I missed.
I missed both times, and then I fired, and I missed.
Okay, that is going to be
At a popsicle.
Radagast is the dancing man.
total of 13
Yes.
bludgeoning damage. And I am and with my crusher feat, I get to move that thing 5 feet to an unoccupied space. Tell me about the surroundings. Are there people?
Reese is next to you. Tervana is
Somewhere.
Somewhere.
not within line of sight. And Celeste is behind you, along with Killian, who you're unsure of his liveliness.
I'd like to move this thing to the side, away from Reese, so I'm the only one in its melee range.
Yeah, you can do so. You'll take a pretty heavy swing in its midsection, and that'll tilt its center of gravity enough that it has to stumble over 5 feet sideways in order to keep itself from falling over. Okay. Then, Celine. It's your turn.
Yo, Killian just got his ass fucking clapped.
Yeah,
Like, he got clapped.
yeah. How is he out? Like,
I would think so.
He's unconscious bare minimum. You're not sure if he's alive.
I'm gonna go check.
Okay, make a medicine check for me.
Yeah, check on his ass, because it got clapped.
I don't know why I used the D&D Beyond dice, but already 25.
What was that?
I don't know why I used the D&D Beyond dice at 25.
25? You do feel a pulse. So he's alive. For now.
I'm debating whether or not to use Spare the Dying.
that would be, I think, a pretty good use of. Is that a bonus or action or an action?
That's an action.
Ah. I think actually Reese might be able to do that as a bonus, as a great.
Do what as a bonus?
Spare the dying.
I have it automatically. I don't know if I can do it as a bonus
I think
action.
that's a grave cleric thing, if I remember correctly.
Yes, I can do Spare the Dying, Shield of Faith, Spiritual Weapon, and Spirit Shroud as a bonus action, not as a reaction.
Yes. So it might be advantageous to let Reese take care of that.
Reese is a little busy right now, I think.
Well,
No, I'm fine.
Up to you.
Alright, fair enough. Cure Wound?
Okay. What level?
I'm at a second level. I don't want to use my last third level, so first level.
He's
Fair
very
enough.
cuddly all of a sudden, so...
I mean, health is health.
Yeah.
Who are you healing?
None of you folks.
It's all
Healing the guy who got clapped.
well.
You're healing Killian.
Don't jump up there. I've got Blackwash. You'll get it everywhere.
Cure Wounds first level, that would be 15 health.
On who?
Killian.
Oh.
Killian. You get no health.
So, the rather large gash formed in the back of his head from that strike does close up. At the moment, he is still completely out cold, though.
I want that.
And
back.
you're positive that didn't fix everything he just dealt with, but at least he's not bleeding
That's my
Yeah.
thumb, sir.
externally.
Oh yeah, there's not much I can do, so yeah. I'm just gonna take up a defensive position in front of him so it doesn't happen again.
Okay. Like with a readied action, or are you just trying to put your body between him and the monster?
I'm just putting my body and my shield between him and the monster, yeah.
Okay.
Celine does not attack, he defends.
Ooh, lordy, she protect. She protect. But most importantly, she heal. Kavana, you're up.
We're really late, by the way. I'm pushing my luck severely.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you need to dip. We're not too far, but there'll probably be a little bit of stuff at the end.
I need to A, leave, and B, finish my midterm exam.
Yeah, this went... I'm still not great about the timing, I apologize. Something I need to work on with my
He is
one-shots.
demanding
Alright,
the
I
love.
might have to dip. I don't know if Celine's gonna do much else. If you need healing, you get healing.
Yeah, if you need to dip, just, let us know, and I understand completely. And I'm
might-
sorry
I can run two
about it.
clerics
I
at
might
the
need to
same
dip
time.
now,
Oh god.
what I'm getting at.
If you need to dip now, then by all means, and I am sorry it ran late again.
See you, Tyler.
That's fine, yep. Alright, goodbye.
Goodbye, nice having you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Nice
There's
playing.
chandelier in this room.
Alright. So, Tavana,
No.
Is there a chandelier in this room?
there is not above the creature.
Okay. Alright, in that case, I am going to... There's tables and food and whatnot in this room, yeah?
Yeah, the tables are all up front, though.
Wow.
Okay.
There are a
I'm-
couple sculptures.
All I'm going to be doing is taking cloth either from a tablecloth, a window drape, whatever I can get my hands on.
Not a window drape, but there is one of those decorative curtains on the wall near you.
That's fine. It's getting ripped up.
Okay.
And I am going to take one of my arrows and I'm going to wrap it around the end of the arrow. I'm going to soak that cloth in booze and I am going to light it on fire.
Okay.
And I am going to take aim. So just Tor, in the corner of the room, you hear ripping, tearing, and then you finally see your Tirvana holding a flaming arrow. And I am going to fire at this thing.
Make an attack roll.
Alright. Do I have advantage or no?
Yes.
Okay, I do have advantage.
Yes, all attack rolls against it have advantage right now.
One's an 18 and one's a nat 20.
Roll damage.
So you want me to double the dice, right?
Yes.
Okay. So
do your arrow damage. Sneak attack gets doubled, and then add 2d4 for the fire damage.
okay, it's a lot of dice.
I mean, you've seen what happens when cast crits.
Yeah. So that's 14 off of the fucking arrow. So now we're doing the sneak attack.
I have no idea what you just said, Phoebe.
Bring it up.
Rogues are.
You are super crunchy.
I heard rogues.
2d4. So that's 31. So 33 damage all told.
How much of that is fire?
4 of it is fire.
4 of it is
It's in the
fire.
bathroom rinsing it out. That's probably why it was crunchy. I said rogues are broken, and I'll never apologize for loving them.
Nah, they are kind of busted. Alright, so that's in total 14 from the arrow, 4 from the fire,
For
and how much from the
fuck's
sneak attack?
sake. Say again?
How much from the sneak attack? It was 14 from the arrow, 4 from the fire.
It's 14 from the arrow.
Yeah?
The sneak attack brought it up to 28, and then the fire brought it up to 33.
Okay. So, this arrow flies with incredible speed, and it goes straight through one of the creature's eyes. Horan, you notice that while, as most of these creatures have, it doesn't seem to feel any sort of pain from it, the fire that catches onto it flickers and then takes on a very painted aesthetic. And it seems not bothered by the fire at all. In fact, that doesn't even seem to be turning the paint dry.
Fire not so effective.
Fire not effective at all.
Well, it's worth a shot.
I mean, that's still a whole bunch of other damage. That means it was immune to 4 damage.
It's a good thing I rolled a copper dragonborn.
True. Anything else, RJ?
I guess it's back to hiding then.
Or... Yeah. Yeah, give me stealth.
Mod 19.
Okay. Okay, pretty good. Alright, so... the creature... Still looking alright, is going to move in unnatural patterns of just kind of snapping, almost stop motion like, and its eyes are going to start glowing extensively brightly. And she's away from the baby. She's back.
Hear you. I still have my headphones on.
It was more that you were away from your dice.
My dice are right there.
Okay. But I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were just off frame. I need a wisdom save.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh boy!
Oh, my wisdom's like my highest stat. Fuck yeah.
I was about to say.
Cleric.
All these old but I'm like, isn't Reese's wisdom pretty great?
It's
Wisdom
fantastic.
save.
That is an 18, 19, 22, 22, 23, 24. 24.
Okay. 24.
Step away and get a snack.
Is a 24
There's a snack right
good
there.
enough?
Oh, we can't see it. The snack
I'm-
right there.
I'm kidding. Of course, a 24 is good enough. So, Reese, as you just happen to be looking at this thing when your eyes go, you start to see red. Like
Oh, it's
something.
some kind of like paint crown of thorns.
You start feeling just this visceral hatred towards so many things. Your sister's condition, this whole situation's kind of shitty. Generally speaking, how your mother treats you as like the lesser of the family, and a whole lot of things. And only when you are about to crack do you finally catch yourself and just breathe for a moment.
No.
And after a few deep breaths, the feelings subside and your vision returns to normal.
Well, that was unpleasant.
Alright, let's see what it can do with disadvantage. Not a whole lot, but it can still do things. Alright, so one wild swing. Okay. That one is going to come down, and Torin, you just managed to get your maul up to get this thing's hand to slide down past you. As it collides with the floor, it does break 2 of the floor tiles.
Not my priority right now.
No, I doubt it would be.
No. Stay down here.
Interesting. Actually, let's roll with this. Let's roll with that. Let me see something. Yo, RJ.
You went to get a snack.
Oh, I was hoping he was back.
Oh, there he is.
RJ, could you roll me a
Yes.
percentile, please?
Uh-huh. $51.
So, its second attack gets a nat 1.
Oh.
And it's flailing a lot. And as it reels back and brings its hand down, at first, everything seems fine. Nobody's worried because Torin, you're looking right at it. That thing's not even coming close to hitting you. Good thing it can't see. It does smack one of the chandeliers and send that flying. The candles on it strike the paintings and some of the decorative curtains, and a fire starts.
Oh, good.
Oh boy. Hold on, I might be able to take care of that.
Well, we are free to hold on because that is all it can do for that turn, and it goes to you.
Nah. Although,
Also,
what are you doing?
Tirvana, your hiding place does become illuminated from the fire.
Fair. It's alright, I'll find a new one.
Cat is
Oh,
on the take.
no, you're gonna step on the blackwash.
No, I cleaned it off. It's fine. It's just
okay.
water now.
Okay, cool.
NBD.
NBD. I
Yeah,
took him down.
NBD, put the kitten down.
Put the kitten down.
Who
No.
wants me to put the kitten down?
That doesn't work. I don't necessarily have anything that would be able to quench the flames. I remembered having something that was cold damage, but that's just spirit shrouds. That wouldn't help. Unless I attacked the curtains. Which would be kind of funny to look at. Put the curtains out by hitting them with a mace and it deals cold damage. Smack!
Reese, that's not what firefighter means.
Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about that at the moment. Stuck between another guiding bolt or something else. I'm not right next to this thing anymore, am I?
No, you're 10 feet away.
Fucker.
Thank Torin for that one.
Making 3d6. You get hit points equal to half the amount. I don't need that yet. I think I'm gonna do inflict wounds at second level. Or no, sorry, guiding bolt at second level. How's a nat 20 sound?
It sounds like you need to roll twice as many dice.
Does sound like that, don't it?
It do sound like that.
Right, that's 5d6, so 10d6?
10d6.
Is that right?
That would be correct. If it's a 5d6 damage spell, you get 10d6.
Yeah. Well. 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 15. That's 4.
I think the people at Dodge are
6
just
at
snorting a lot
21.
of cocaine.
I assume a lot of people in big corporations are snorting cocaine.
7,
Well, they made a
29,
Dodge
30,
Hellcat
31,
first.
32, 8, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40 radiant damage.
When you need to get to your grave, I think this is Reese's car, because he needs to get to the grave really, really fucking fast.
40 radiant damage.
Oh. Your bolt flies through the air, and it strikes this thing directly between the eyes. Again, just tearing a hole through it. Except this time, much more of the paint gets torn inward and away. And this thing just wobbles back and forth until it just falls over with a surprisingly hefty thud.
I have no idea what's going.
Oh,
Yeah, shit.
Discord's giving him trouble again.
he left. He's filling to try and come back.
Oh, I don't know what it is. It's just for some reason Discord works perfectly fine, and then literally either at the end or the middle, it just decides to eat a fat fucking dick.
Yeah.
That sounds like Discord.
Yep.
So this thing collapses.
Doesn't look
And
dead yet.
Am I dead
it
yet?
sort of, with arms that are quickly drying up, it tries to push itself up a bit. And instead of trying to attack, it claws its way, like very slowly, like reaching out one hand, getting it onto the ground and pulling itself towards Killian, who is currently being helped up by Celine. And it pulls itself again and just sort of reaches out towards him, its hand getting maybe 5 feet away. And the hand just...
It cannot see him.
You're right, it can't. And its hand just begins to flake away. And then so does the arm, so does the shoulder, until this thing just flakes off into nothingness.
It Thanos? It got Thanos?
It didn't feel so good.
I Thanos'd it?
Damn it, it beat me to it.
It only had 34 left.
Fuck.
I mean, it got crit by the rogue and then a guiding bolt. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of
Crit
damage.
by the rogue and then crit by the cleric. That's a lot of damage.
That is a lot of damage.
So, you're...
Seeing as this thing is dying, I'm going to take whatever curtains that lit on fire, rip them off the wall, and start stepping on them.
All right. Yeah, that's easy enough. Well, the flames have spread quite a bit at this point. Does anyone else wish to assist in fire
I'll
duty?
help. I'll help.
Okay.
I would, but I don't really have any skills in that area.
Just hit it. Just hit
I
it until
don't
it's
either,
gone.
but
I mean, there's a few paintings on fire as well.
I'll try to preserve those as best I can.
Just take your shirt or something and
All right. It takes a few minutes, but you do manage to get the flames extinguished.
I'm gonna go around and start patching people up.
So the only people left in the room are you all, obviously Killian still being held up by Celine, and the 4 KO'd people, as you may have guessed, but Torn can now confirm, are 4 other security officers who are stable but unconscious, thanks to Celine.
Well, looks like...
Well, that was exciting. Still have no idea whether that was ghosts or demons.
Did we ever see the main entity that was in the, like, his spotlight painting?
Yeah.
That was it.
That was it.
That was the thing. That was the thing dragging him along, and that turned into that.
I think I missed the description of that.
Oh yeah, no, the man from the painting with the bloodied hands. That was the thing dragging Killian along.
Okay. In that case, yeah, I'll look around at the unconscious security guards and go like, it looks like I have to pick up the slack.
Me
after
as
the fire's put out, just kind of look in, take in the scenery, and go, "Oh, don't fret too much, darlings. It's not that bad. Nothing split the house in half."
What?
You heard me.
Split the house in half.
Well, there could have been an earthquake or a lightning bolt. Hell, a boat could have rained down on it for all I care.
Well, now
Paintings came to life and tried to kill everyone.
and now most of
That's
Pretty
It's not the
catastrophic.
worst. It's not the worst I've seen. There was the sea monster.
And you're gonna say that, Tervana, and you're all gonna hear a small snap, and an unlit candle is going to just fall from the ceiling and just kind of thunk Tervana right on the head.
Yeah, well, you know what? Screw you too.
You hear the rope of the chandelier strain.
I
I'm just
would
gonna
take a step
to the
left.
side a little bit.
Okay,
Don't push your luck, they say.
well,
Will it be too soon? I have any luck to use?
seeing as my security detail is unconscious, it seems like I have to keep a close eye on you for the rest of the night.
Oh, what, little old me? I just helped you deal with all of this. You can't give me a little bit of that amnesty, as they call it?
I'll fold my arms and go, are you going to try to steal any paintings?
That depends. Are we going to spend time together?
I think she's suggesting that if you date her, she won't steal anything. Just suck it up and do it. This is in game. This is not.
Yeah.
Oh, see.
RJ, can you make a con save for me?
Safe. All right. On save. We've got a 16, Chief.
Okay. Yeah, I will exhale like this cloud of something over you, and you'll feel your muscles like start to stiffen for a moment, but you fight it off. And I'll just look annoyed.
Darling, you're not supposed to share your morning breath with me until after the date.
Alright, I want none of this. I'm gonna go up to Killian and be like, so any idea what all that was about?
Killian, just about now gaining consciousness. Thank you. Celine has him sat on a nearby chair. He looks up at you, and his eyes were kind of a fairly saturated yellow. One eye going in this way has turned quite a bit orange. Likely from blood leaking into his sclera. So they say. I haven't the damnedest clue. Look, when I said I never want to look at that thing again, this is not what I was talking about.
I mean, I don't think you'll ever have to look at it again, because it's destroyed? Dead?
We killed it, that's what
Was it
happened.
ever alive to begin with?
I don't think we need to argue the semantics of whether the painting's coming to life is actually alive and whether they have sentience. They're dead now, and that's all that matters, darling.
Shame.
Like the fucking thing tried to stop what he finished years ago.
Sorry, what?
Huh?
That was what he painted it for, remember? Was...
Yeah, but... What, did you capture it in your painting? Literally?
It was an observant metaphor. No, I just painted the damn thing.
Well, then why did he come to life?
I'm telling you, angry sea god.
I don't think it was your angry sea god.
I'm not exactly a mage. Look, I wish I had an answer for you. I really do. And I do owe you lot for saving my life.
I can't possibly convince you to, I don't know, front the cost to buy me a boat.
What makes you think I have that kind of money?
Oh, that's why I figured I'd at least ask to see what I can schmooze out of you.
Look, I can offer you all some gold, but I'm not really rolling in it.
I don't want your gold.
Reese.
Although, unless...
Right?
Yes, if one of your paintings are remaining and not, about to come to life and try and kill me, I will buy that.
No, they're yours. All three of them.
Well, I don't want the destroyed ones. That won't scare my mother.
Whichever ones are left intact, they're yours. Don't pay anything.
I'm actually going to go back and look at the ripped one. The first ripped one with the bloody hand dude on it. To see if it changed or if it's still the same.
It has not. The figure has not returned to the painting, but the rest of the scene remains fairly unchanged.
And what about all the other ones? Because there was more than one of the other creature things.
Yes, there are two featuring those. You're not sure if it's demonic or just monstrosities. Two still intact. One of
I'll
this
take them.
Almost bone demon looking one with its head upside down. Another one with like 5 arms, all extremely bony. Yeah, they're yours. If you want them, least I can do.
Oh, how much money are we talking here, handsome?
Put me on the spot. And he's gonna dig into one of his pockets.
I'm a pirate, my dear. It's what we do. We're always thinking about the next score.
You may want to ask the curator for some actual.
Thorin, he's gonna just toss you a coin purse. Split it amongst yourselves. However you see fit.
Again, I don't want his money.
Well, he threw it to Thorin, so...
Yeah.
Catch it. And I'll just... I'll look at it and see how much is in there.
It's actually not a bad amount. It looks like about 80 gold.
That's pretty good. It's pretty bug.
Alright, I'll look down at Turvana and say, tell you what. I'll shake it. Behave for the rest of the night. This is yours.
Oh, I see. That's the game we're playing. Can I try and snatch it from him?
I got good reflexes.
Sure. Make me... Both of you can choose athletics or acrobatics. Whichever you prefer.
Do acrobatics.
Athletics. What you get?
I got a 25.
15.
I don't know what you were expecting. He's rolled under 20, I think, twice tonight.
Alright.
I have a +7 to, I think, almost all my stuff involving dex.
As you should.
Yeah.
Okay. So you do manage to snatch it.
So we're talking, we're arguing, and then just don't watch the mouth. Watch the hands.
I'd like to try and grab him. Or her.
That's a grapple check.
Okay. Another one. I'll choose acrobatics.
That's a mod 20.
It's another fucking 25. Jeez. It was almost a 5, but it fucking stopped on the 18. So.
I'm going to. Yeah.
Oh, so you try and grab me, and I'll just back up, just kind of sauntering back, backpedaling. Oh, it's almost like we're dancing now.
I would like to
Getting angrier and angrier.
I would like to rage.
You do.
Let's see what happens. Oh, it's the force thing again.
Oh boy.
Okay.
But, well, it's not. I'm not going to be really. Basically, what's going to happen at this point is I'm going to start chasing Turvana and trying to kick her out of the establishment.
Okay, you'll
Money or
chase
no
me around.
money.
You'll chase me around. Oh, usually I'm the one that does the chasing, not the other way around, but I like this game, darling.
Reese, that leaves you near Killian and Celine while, Scooby-Doo is going on behind you.
I can't really do anything with Celine since she's T-posing right now, so,
Pile up noises.
I'd say she's lightly tending to Killian's wounds at the moment.
Still really want to find out what the fuck did this, but everything's pointing to nothing.
Supposed to be a Halloween mystery. You don't know. It's like Goosebumps.
But I
Shit
want
just
to
happened.
find it out.
I mean,
What's the point of a mystery?
it doesn't look like somebody in the room knows, but there were other people here.
I guess I'll just go around and start asking random people what they know.
What do you know? What did you do?
Ask anyone specific? Because pretty much everyone that had been in the building is coming back in at this point.
Well, probably, what's her name? Fuck. I got it. Hold on. Denya.
Okay. You catch her as she's entering, looking a touch heartbroken as she's looking around.
So the paintings came to life.
Yes, I saw.
Any idea what that's all about?
Mr. Alidum, how... This might sound silly given your occupation, but just how spiritual do you consider yourself?
Spiritual enough.
Well...
Need I remind you? I'm very aware of the afterlife.
As I said, perhaps a silly question given your occupation. We have a saying in the art world that at a point when a piece is created, an artist pours their heart, soul, and emotions directly into the piece.
All right.
If you believe such a force could be strong enough, someone's emotions extreme enough, possibly to alter the realm around them, or left to grow and fester, it would be my guess that a portrait born out of pure hatred and malice was imbued with such emotions.
So an emotion ghost?
If you would like to call it that.
Spirit of some kind.
An incarnation, perhaps.
Perhaps.
Would explain why the being went straight for Killian.
Strange, though, that it was so violent towards its creator. Maybe it didn't want to be filled with as much hate as it was?
Possibly, or... Again, I'm merely stating theories. It could have tried to finish what its inspiration started. As the subject itself was also quite hateful.
I hate to think of that, but... Yeah, that sounds about right.
Again,
Does that mean the other ones will come to life?
Well, they haven't yet, and...
Maybe being away from Killian will do them some good.
Possibly. How did the second one break out? There was a second one, right? That's what all that stomping I heard was.
Yes, it was wonderfully horrendous. What do I remember from how the thing looked?
You remember... So, when the painted man exited, you just remember finding the painting on the floor. One thing you remember from the encounter with the behemoth-like creature is that the painting was flung towards you two after being torn.
Right, it's almost like the man released it or something. I think the spotlight piece was a bit of a ringleader. The other creature's just its thrall, if you will.
Could make sense. Again, I'm merely stating theories. You're more of an expert in whatever field this would be considered.
Well, regardless, I'd probably like to take the others for further study. The potentiality of another
Absolutely.
interesting death on the list.
I'm sure Killian wouldn't mind.
Oh, he's already made it clear that they're mine. I don't know if he
And-
wants payment, though. But I'm glad to hand it over.
Well, that would be between the two of you. We believe firmly in the artist deciding how much to ask. But if he says they're yours, then they are in fact yours.
Fair enough.
But perhaps until you finish your research, maybe don't use them to scare your mother quite yet.
Why not?
Until you can prove they won't burst free.
I mean, you've met my family. You know they can handle themselves.
I don't. Well, heaven to bid, it would get loose while you're away and it gets into the hospital ward.
Oh, no, I'm not going to hang it up in the house until I know it's safe.
That's what I meant.
Eh,
I didn't mean don't take it home. I meant don't hang it up in your personal room or something.
but once I do know it's safe, it's absolutely going there.
If you know it's safe, then do what you please with it. At that point, it's a painting. I am sorry I don't have a better explanation for all of this.
No apologies
It's-
required.
Certainly a first for us. This is sure to paint the event in a poor light next year.
Paint. Too soon?
Mr. Elitem, I understand your humor leans a bit towards the dark side, but perhaps a little restraint would be appreciated.
Sorry, it's really funny though.
Oh, no, out of character, I think that was... Like, she walked right into it. In character, too soon.
Just out towards the front of the estate. Come on, if you want to catch me, you've got to be a bit quicker than that.
I believe one remaining guard is currently chasing around a pirate who's making fun of him.
Well, she looks over at Varys, who's just kind of watching these two go in circles.
Come on, darling, pick up the footwork. You're never going to catch me like that.
You wanted me to throw you out.
And you say that, and it almost catches you off guard, and I'll just fall backwards into your arms. Oh, darling, you caught me.
And
God.
she's getting defenestrated.
Know what that means now, thanks to the new magic set. Yeah,
I know what that means too, but
It's a great word.
it is a great word, and that lass is going out a window. Are you taking the gold pouch back?
If she lets me. At this point, I just want her out.
oh, darling,
I mean,
you
she's
have
bothering
quite,
to fall into your arms.
you have quite strong arms. Is that a window?
Just shot put.
Till next time, darling.
I'm going to walk up to Varys and just like breathing heavily and say, I'm getting a drink.
Yeah, you're also getting double this time.
Good.
This has been an entertaining night. For more than one of us.
Well. And at this point, several other gallery staff come in and start cleaning up a lot of the burnt fabric, the burnt canvas.
The blood.
Well, they have to go get mops for that, but
Pardon me, I'm trying to...
amidst the watching, Killian, completely off kilter, he's practically limping due to discoordination or uncoordination, does make his way over to you, Reese.
Oh.
And he's just going to pull out a small card and offer it to you. If you'd like something for your sister, just send me a letter.
about like your current models?
He kind of looks you up and down. Few of them, yeah. I had well, I tried to ask this half-elf a little while ago. Kind of had the same thing you do with the lack of sleep in the eyes, but he was busy.
Lack of sleep? I get plenty of sleep.
Well, you've got the...
Oh, I just do it at odd hours.
Gotcha. He had a similar thing, but yeah, no, you do give off a similar vibe to a lot of people I've painted. Why?
I was just curious. Or are you asking why I give off a vibe?
No, while you were asking.
Oh, again, just curious.
Yeah. Generally it's honestly, not given the circumstance, I might have asked you to be a model.
As for my sister, how are you for beautiful landscape type deals? Something a little more cheery than this? He kind of gestures to like the scarier ones behind.
Oh, no. I haven't done anything like those in almost a decade.
No, I mean something opposite of these. Get in there, you nerd. Okay, guess
I've
it's
got a recent one of one of my subjects standing out in a prairie in moonlight. Would that work?
Could I commission you for something much brighter? You know, maybe cheer your mood generally?
Yeah, you could.
Alrighty then, consider it a deal.
He's gonna put a very mild, limp, and kind of weak hand into yours.
He'll need to do a firm handshake.
Much worse than his usual handshake.
And then also offer, like, do you want me to look at that? I could help some.
It's if you could help a little, it's mostly up here.
Let's do it. What? Mentally?
Honestly, I'm seeing
headache?
two of you.
Oh! Medicine check. $21.
This guy could really use a doctor. Celine closed up a lot of the problematic wounds, and while it seems he is no longer actively bleeding inside or out, there's still a lot of damage to the head that is gonna
Unresolved.
It is gonna need some attention and some rest.
Well, first things first, sit down.
He'll just find a chair and scoot it over with his foot before sitting.
And, well, I don't have any healing shit prepared, unfortunately.
It is also getting late. Just wanna...
Yeah.
It is. We're about to wrap up.
Okay.
And I'll just kind of, like, I'll get some ice or something from the drinks area and put it to his head and be like, you should go find a better medic than me at the moment. I'm a little worn out.
Gotcha.
Definitely concussion, though.
Oh, is that all? Honestly, it feels like worse. So that's good news, I suppose.
It might be worse, but concussions can be pretty bad. Plenty of rest. Keep that ice to your head.
Right.
And chin up. You're not dead.
Yeah, not this time. And thank you all for joining me for a Gallery of Woe.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Quinn. Before we end, you see someone else in a trench coat eating the food, and you're like, wait, didn't I get rid of you? And then they turn around and sweat nervously, and they're gone.
To which Torin probably knocks back 2 more drinks.
Yep, exactly.
Nope. All right. Sorry it ran even later than usual,